447 sit-ups.
Green here, right here in this box, right here to tell you about this thing I came up with that you can give me money to do things. Memberships to this channel, 3 cost-efficient options. Just 99 cents a month, you can join the Max Thrasher the Bounty Hunter tier. You will get custom badges so that when you pop up in the chat, everybody knows that you love me. I will say your name at the beginning of every stream. You plus me equals us. Just $4.99 a month, you can join the Erotic Eric Fontaine tier. Not only do you get the badges, not only do you get the shoutouts, also once a month I will do a special members only stream. What are we gonna watch? It'll probably be some really weird wrestling or wrestling kind of thing. And for just $9.99 a month, $9.99, didn't somebody else used to? You can mark off bingo on your Armstrong bingo card. You get the badges, you get the shoutouts, you get the members only stream, and once a year, you get to pick what we watch on Off the Grid. But don't go too nuts, like no porn. Don't ask me to watch WrestleMania 3, because that'll give me a copyright strike. And too long, maybe like 2 hours. Maybe send me a link to it so I don't have to download it. I don't like doing work. 3 very affordable tiers, 1 fee per month. You get to give me money, which is the important part. I'm happy, I give you perks. It's a real transactional relationship. America, am I right?
From the swamps of Louisiana, the Cajun Predator.
The day of the hairy freak or the fat slob is practically gone.
Let the party begin. I've got snacks.
Hey, there we go. I had my mic on when it was supposed to be off, and now I had my mic. Ugh. But hey, look at us. We did it again. Another 7 days round the sun. Welcome. Welcome to that. WCW Deep Cuts Live. My name is Tom Green. My name and my handle on things is right there. Right there. Again, this is WCW Deep Cuts Live, where every Tuesday at 9 p.m. we all gather. Like this, we wrap our arms around each other, metaphorically, maybe physically. I don't know who's all watching with you. If there's somebody watching with you, wrap your arms around each other right now. And we gather and we watch the old, forgotten television, quote-unquote, classics of World Championship Wrestling from the 1990s. Hello to everybody in the Erotic Eric Fontaine Fan Club, aka the chat. Welcome back, Bootable. I appreciate the kind words, my friend. And happy early birthday to Incident 7345. That's a big one, my man. That's Michael Jordan's second run, big. Hell yeah. Congratulations. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Anyway, so before we go forward, as has become tradition since I started the whole dang thing, I gotta say thank you so much to the folks who are helping me out with their wallet book. I like that noise. The YouTube members, thank you so much to Brian Dermody, my man, the myth, the legend, Kamish Spiffy, Toroid 11, David Syracuse, everybody's friend Jonathan Mayer, who I know I saw him here too, Scott Keith, yes, the Scott Keith, since that comes up once a week. Hidden Track, Izzy McClure, Jason Honeycutt, Fart, Master Supreme, Ken Terminated DQ, JT, Jacob Kinney, Brenticus Maximus. We'll get to you in a second, my friend. Champagne and JD, The Suzanimal, Adam Suzanne, Yankee Hawk 04, Picton Andrews, Adam Simon, Brent Clark, Anthony Marola, Stephen J, Neptune Man, Bam Dog, Sean Fox, Jesse Jamie, Empois, Wild Woobs. Brandon Stevenson, Bagsley, Justin, Casual Villainy, Dima Bauer, and Ninja Tyler Black, who I believe is also here tonight. So thank you all so much for helping me out, and we had a lot of fun on Sunday watching WMAC Masters, which is fucking insane in hindsight. So if you're not a member and you become a member tonight at the Erotic Eric Fontaine tier or up, then maybe tomorrow go watch the VOD. It's wild. But we're doing that once a month for members. Now, speaking of things that are cool that you can use your money to support people, like as I burp into the microphone. Again, look at this. It's beautiful. It's the coolest thing I own. And you can get one just like it if you go to brenttech.etsy.com. Use the code NotThatTomGreen, and it'll make me and Brent smile just like that picture right there. The hottest tag team hitting the Mid-South Territory. We're about to go to Portland and make a whole lot of nothing, but hey, the girls are pretty. Use the code NotThatTomGreen for 10% off your own sign just like that. Again, at NotThatTomGreen at brenttech.etsy.com. Now, if you like the fellowship and the friendship of this chat, and you're like, man, I want this thing to go on all week, you're in luck. The Discord! Come hang out in the Discord, tinyurl.com/discord for Tom Green. If you've never been in a Discord, it's like a chat room, but for better people. So yeah, come chat with us. We're chatting about wrestling, chatting about some roller derby chat before I went live. A lot of fun things in the Discord. So come hang out with us. I believe that is all we got up front. Before we end tonight, I will let you all know what we're watching Sunday on Off the Grid. So that'll be a big old fun treat for us. It's a real good one. But right now we're gonna go back to 1994. I like that noise. And watch WCW Saturday Night from December the 3rd of that year. So, like exactly 30 years ago to the moment. Let's go.
Saturday night,
WCW
goes live, and you can't miss this. Can anyone take the heat?
Well, as always, let me know how the audio is. It's too low, too high. All good.
WCW Saturday night, 6 Survivors.
This is Sunny Shiba. Glad to see you in here, I believe, for the first time.
WCW Saturday Night is brought to you by Paramount Pictures Drop Zone.
Yeah, we're all old, man. I was
rated R. And by
the math
Blue,
7.
The essence of man.
Fabergé. Isn't that how you like make a globe? One of those balloon globe things? Oh, thank you so much, Sonny. I appreciate it. Appreciate you coming into the live zone. Splash zone. Drop zone, baby. Here we go. I think we've talked about it in here before. I know the theory was always that was Lex Luger's arm, even though he was not with the company. I can't imagine who else's arm that would be. Brian was already trying to get that D-Wet. Searching out shampoo gals. Hey Xander, long time no see. Glad to see you.
The fans were allowed to pick the match participants. And this chaotic mayhem.
A few weeks ago, we let the fans book this shit because we couldn't come up with a finish. Wait, so did the fans book the finish too? Dave Sullivan at ringside, I assume. Oh, we're doing fans pick the tag team main event. Sweet. 94, yes, Sonny. 94, EVAD. So since it's a live show, Bischoff's hosting. Because he had a weird thing where he had to like produce on the air for all live shows. Crandom Maniac. A fan booked that finish. Unfortunately, that fan's name was Vince Russo. Yes, Honky Tonk Man will be on this show here in a bit.
What is the big news, Bischoff? The big news is, I just got the word a little while ago.
I think it'd be fun if AEW did like an interactive show like this where could like vote for matches.
First of all, you're wrong. I'm the brain. I'm a broadcast journalist. If Randy Macho Man Savage
these suits are very
he was in
1994.
Atlanta. now if he was any place close.
Hey, Bowser. Yeah, get on Blue Sky if you're not on Blue Sky. It is so much better than Twitter. I know I say this as I'm simulcasting on Twitter right now, but it really is.
Oh, yeah, brothers and sisters unite, because the Macho Man is in the house tonight. All the way live. How do you like that?
Later on tonight.
Oh, yeah.
You heard it. You heard it. He is here. We'll be talking
I thought that was
to
an
him
audio
later
screw up
on.
at first, but I guess not.
Hey, don't worry. It'll be fine. Right now, let's go down to the
Was that?
locker
I think this was Randy Savage's TV debut. So is that Bischoff's way of pulling a Bischoff, like when they debuted Bischoff on Raw right before his debut segment and ruined the surprise? I think the fans are booing because they can't hear any of this. So are the rules like that there are teams you pick, or can you pick any two guys in each locker room? I see singles wrestlers in both locker rooms. What the fuck's happening?
A little decorum here. Break this up. Gentlemen, please.
And the light is swinging back and forth like it's like an interrogation room.
And slap one of the nasty boys. You talk about Keith.
Somebody came and slapped a nasty boy. That's just a weekend evening in a locker room. Yes, we do have Armstrongs. Check it off, Jonathan, on the bingo card. We have police in the heel locker room now. I don't think they were supposed to be in the shot.
Get a hold of the nasty boys, and they can get a hold of the nasty boys. So fans, you make the call tonight.
And nobody asks for decorum anymore. Everybody just lets fights happen. That was the Patriot. Yeah, Stars and Stripes are one of the teams. As my dog is going fucking crazy in the background. My dog's going to vote for the Three Faces of Fear. Are there only 3 teams in that locker room? I think there are only 3 teams in that locker room.
Especially after what we just seen this lady do. Gene, I don't know if it's settled back in your dressing room, but let's talk about some of the teams that you have going your way.
The heels seem to actually have a locker room, whereas the baby faces are just in a closet where they hung up a curtain.
All right, Tony, I have here, it's kind of a quiet roar. The Nasty Boys obviously
Why were they so
here.
grumpy?
You fans can vote for them.
They're
The
fools.
Armstrong brothers are here. Sting, Marcus Alexander, Bagwell, Dave. These are all teams that you can vote for by calling
did he just say Dave Sullivan was a tag team?
WCW. I guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen.
Like it was Stars and Stripes, Armstrong Brothers, Nasty Boys, Sting, and someone, and then Dave.
Right now, let's get you up to the ring for our opening bout.
Yeah, Eleanor loves her some Del Wilkes. She hated it when they unmasked him in WWE. Those weird promos. Austin's on the shelf right now. He's not been fired yet. Sting and Dave Sullivan as a team would have been like if they teamed Sting with drywall in AEW. Hacksaw Jim Duggan can't even get a partner for interactive wrestling. The point of all that was to show the fans, hey, here are the 3 options you have to vote for in each locker room. Yeah, Jim Duggan joined the nation.
Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent from Marsh Island, Louisiana, 240 pounds, Gary McAllister.
Gary McAllister. We need to get the camera back on him. Okay, so they said he was from Louisiana. Holy shit. They had just fired Cactus Jack, and they bring this guy in to do enhancement. Like, his name might as well be like Nick Foley. Cactus Jake.
But did you see back in the locker room? Did you see the eyes of the Butcher?
Gary McAllister. This guy looks more like a Cajun Predator than the Cajun Predator.
Anything.
Well, you look into his eyes, and you see one side says Hulk, and the other one says
That might be
Hogan.
Gator McAllister. Hey, Brian Turner. Check out Brian Turner's VHS rehab. Go throw him a sub over on YouTube, throwing up some great hidden gems in the daily, from the Tennessee indie scene and beyond. Good night, buddy. Love you. Why are we counting? Love you, Noli. Glad to get some sleep so you don't fall asleep at AEW tomorrow. Good night.
Jim Duggan. Half forward will travel. That's the United States champion. What a disgrace.
Noli and I will be attending Dynamite tomorrow, so
Hacksaw
Jim Duggan going after McAllister outside of the ring. McAllister. Hey, let's face it, he took one too many liberties.
They just announced it's going to be on Rampage.
You know, Duggan,
yeah, go check out Brian. Brian Turner's VHS
rehab. Hang yourself, and McAllister hung himself.
Find that channel on YouTube. Highly recommend. Yes, it's the brand new arena in Fishers. I believe AEW is the first show of any kind.
Jim Duggan really softening up McAllister for the kill.
Noli, despite rumors, will not be in the Dynamite Dozen Battle Royal as Cactus Jake gets pinned. Tony Khan would not. Look at Duggan just shitting over this guy. Ace of Trace, thank you for the sub. Tip of the cap to you. Tony Khan would not give Noli his signing bonus of a Lambo. Good night, Eric. Love you. So he will not be in the Battle Royal.
Take a look. Take a look at this, Bishop. He really hit you.
Listen, I can text Matt Campbell like, hey, you need somebody that can handicap the odds. The next Inside the Continental Classic video they upload next week. I can text him.
We're going to hear from the world.
Noli would never fight the Rizzler. Noli loves the Rizzler too. Rizzler is Noli's hero. Noli is my son. You'll hear about him a lot on the streams. Fishers is a suburb of Indianapolis.
Hey dudes, the Hawkster's running wild.
They're running Indianapolis, but it's just far enough outside of it that they have to say
Call
it's
the Hulk
Fishers.
Hogan hotline at 1-900-737-HULK.
It's got 8 incredible options, like Beat the Hulk, Hulk Trivia, and one of my great Hulk messages. There's always something new.
Well, the thing with Duggan doing a regular clothesline and then a finish clothesline, you gotta warm it up. It's not that he did a clothesline first, but it's like Chris Hero doing the forearms. I never thought I'd compare Chris Hero and Jim Duggan.
Micro Machine Star Wars transforming action sets.
Just like in the movies.
With Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, and all the Micro Machine
They're figurines, they don't move.
Darth Vader! I will freeze your
I
body
hate
in
Micro
carbonite forever, Han Solo. Not
very
so
cool,
fast.
Ninja
You're
Television.
next, Luke Skywalker.
Star Wars action.
May the Force be with you.
Think big, play small. Micro Machines, new Star Wars
I hate
transforming
Micro
action
Machines.
sets.
You couldn't
Sold
do
separately.
anything
You put them
with them.
together. New from Micro Machines.
Yeah, poor Juice. I'm glad Commander's getting a shot, even if everyone's going to complain because he always loses. Like, it's a rough spot to be in, booking a tournament like that. I assume Juice was going to be the guy that lost all the matches. Active. This is like the other side of the universe. From the
but at many
Black Hole
fast food
Sun
restaurants,
commercial.
it's not on the menu. So I've got an order of my own, Wrigley Spearmint Gum. It's got a cool,
Yeah, you know how
taste
you
that
always
everyone
order
enjoys.
gum at fast
So when
food
I can't
joints?
smoke, I enjoy pure chewing satisfaction.
Yeah, I have a feeling
But when I'm
Mortos is
shopping, it's
also
not
going to
part
be a
of the
guy that
bargain.
eats a lot of pins in the
So I bought into
C2.
something else. Wrigley's Spearmint Gum.
I'm
It has a
crossing
cool,
my
clean
fingers.
taste I can take anywhere I shop. So when I can't smoke, I bring along pure chewing satisfaction.
How does a floating car advertise fucking watches?
Casio is tough.
Oh, was it?
And it
Was the
glows.
car hanging from the watch? We're gonna crush it. Casio watches for those people who don't take care of their shit.
Casio.
The construction system born out of
Steel Tech. Then Steel Tech advertised the shit out of their products on wrestling shows.
No matter how massive, Steel Tech is the beginning of creation.
On the next National Geographic Explorer.
My dog just knocked over a fucking
The
water
search is
bowl.
on for
I
extraterrestrials.
do not like her right
The
now.
last
Very
great adventure
angry.
of
Hate
the weekend.
therapy. Everybody
National
needs it.
Geographic
Especially
Explorer,
me after I get
9:30
done
Eastern
yelling at
Sunday
my dog
night, only on
afterwards.
TBS.
Welcome back to WCW Saturday Night. A lot of great action.
Look at all these
still to come,
executives
but
and their
right now,
families.
Let's go to the man who rules
And this merchandise that they
the world.
clearly
We're talking
sold,
about
not
the
that they give it
heavyweight
away. They
champion,
definitely didn't give it away,
Hogan.
wink wink.
Starrcade
Hoaxer, December the 27th, Nashville, Tennessee, the Municipal Auditorium.
How could Jimmy Hart see with the glare, even with the sunglasses, with the glare coming off of that man's skin?
Jimmy Hart, on that night in Nashville, Tennessee, it will go down as the most important night in the history of the WCW. You know, when I slid in through the back door, when I looked at WCW in the eye, and when I challenged Ric Flair,
how do you get your skin to be that texture?
I knew the whole course of professional wrestling. I knew the whole course of the WCW would be changed forever in a day.
I know plenty of people who do like extensive skincare routines on their faces that don't get their skin like that.
On the WCW and Hulk
like the
Hogan.
chemicals you have to put in your body.
It's happening in the wrestling world today. But now that I'm the champion, now that no-good butcher stuck the knife in my back and twisted a friendship that would have
They didn't think the Butcher was a draw. They booked Butcher in the main event because of Starrcade, because they wanted to suck up to Hogan. Because Hogan's deal was up after Starrcade. People don't remember. He was only under contract through the end of December. And they wanted to make sure he signed for 95. They're like, fine, we'll throw your best friend in the main event of the biggest show of the year. Bischoff, though, has always said he didn't think Starrcade was the biggest show of the year. He always thought it was
as I sat in the garage
Halloween
and
Havoc.
stared at my motorcycle, and right next to it, the Butcher's was sitting, I realized the paint job on the
And yes, Brian, I just saw that. I agree with you. This orange fella does fucking suck.
Venice Beach, airbrushed on the tank. As I looked at it in detail, I saw a little...
Also, I love that they gave him a background that was like an orange American flag, but changed it just enough
as I honed in on the tank, I saw
that he wouldn't be accused of like defacing the flag.
It made me realize more than ever that this was a premeditated plan. From day
this was a taped promo, and they just left that in.
Of the professional wrestling business, the Butcher was setting me up, giving me the biggest push he could, just so he could get next to me.
No, I think Eric Bischoff was giving you the biggest push he could, buddy.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, Hogan only had a deal through the end of '94 originally,
Tokyo, Japan, North Pole,
which is
South Pole,
insane
all
to think
points in
about.
between. All the Hulkamaniacs.
Like putting the belt on
What are you
him
gonna do about the situation?
and not taking it
How you gonna
off.
cut the Butcher, the cancer out of the WCW.
Like I don't think he,
Hogan,
to this
the
point, had
Department of
re-signed.
War
I think
Crimes, the Hulkamania
he re-upped like a week or
Department of
two
War
after
Crimes
this.
has met, and they have decided that Nashville, Tennessee, when the largest arms in the world are pumped to capacity.
That was the
wrapped
following
around the
year,
Butcher's waist,
Idol, Wild
squeeze
South. That was
till you
'96.
hear the snap, crackle, pop, and give no quarter. I've got the green light to take it all
You know, the
away.
North
And
Quarter
Nashville,
Catch
what's
Crew
you gonna
predecessor
do when
Hulk Hogan?
Hogan destroys you.
Wow! Like, I wonder how, if you cut him open, how far his skin would stretch. You know? It looks like his skin would be pretty stretchy. Who the fuck is in the ring? Oh, here's this fella.
All along, the masked man. You saw the hurt in his eyes. It was etched in his
Speaking
face.
of dildos.
I'll tell you something, Bischoff. If you
Way too cool of an entrance song for this guy.
Heavyweight championship belt away from Hulk Hogan. Wait till Hulk Hogan.
Windborne Ideas, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you bringing the flat soda and the crackers.
We'll be talking a lot more about that tremendous main event coming your way at Starrcade in a little while.
What the Why is he wrestling a train conductor? Gary Jackson. What is up with the enhancement guys on this show? Night Train Jackson. Shit. You think with the accusations about how Triple H books certain ethnicities, I wonder if he's ever pitched this to any wrestlers, had any flashbacks.
He can't stand Americans. I found that out.
The two Garys in a row. WCW was not concerned about the Gary, about the same name stuff.
He just drips arrogance. Well, maybe you're
No, that was the guy before the promo. He was dripping.
not even a little bit.
Yeah, it is wild how much bigger Triple H got in WWE. Like how physically big. And he was a bodybuilder before this.
Gary Jackson, the opponent. Gary Jackson, I've heard a lot about Gary Jackson. He's been wrestling all over the United States.
The crowd is behind Gary Jackson if you can't hear those kids. Gary, Gary, Gary.
Force the break.
but did you notice Mr. Levesque, how he slapped him around a little bit, just to let him know he's there?
Triple H is on his way to wrestle Alex Wright at Starrcade. Who would have thought Gary Jackson would be running WWE?
Not over-eager. Here, look at this.
Yes, this is the point they are teasing the original Blue Bloods of old Jean-Paul Levesque and Lord Steven Regal.
Jackson getting the better of Jean-Paul Levesque.
Just a matter of time. He'll turn it around.
You know, Regal, every time you look at him...
Yeah, it's wild that they were like, hey, this guy should be French.
A sour look on his face. What's the deal with this guy?
Well, he doesn't
Gary
like
Jackson's still wrestling. I know Mike Jackson's wrestling. Wow, Gary Jackson also still wrestling.
He likes the green. He likes the money. He likes the money he can make here at WCW.
Another Bright who's going to get a gun.
That's a good point, TK Bomber. You'd think the French and the British guy would hate each other, but no,
What an
they're
educated
friends.
man, too. Speaks about 5 or 6, 7 different languages.
Yeah, you think Gary Jackson ever, like, tried to get Triple H's cell number in, like, 98 or 99? Hey, you got that Ho Train guy. Remember me? I do a train thing, too.
Reverses it. Goes after Levesque.
That's crazy. Gary's still active. I'm guessing by the fact that Ron Powers is in the match, I'm guessing that is somewhere in St. Louis.
Don't worry, I got
or St. Louis adjacent.
His lordship's at ringside. This is going to give him
Thank you,
extra
Mr.
incentive
Spiffy.
to pound on this ham and egger.
WCW did not sue the WWF over this, even though he's pretty much doing the same gimmick.
That Jackson is able to get back up to his feet.
I mean, he essentially is doing a combo of this and Lord Steven Regal when he jumps to the
Hogan was talking
WWE.
about looking at the tank, seeing the picture of the Butcher. The Butcher. He better worry
Butcher.
about his tank, because his tank's going to be running on empty at Starrcade.
I think the Butcher was one of Ric Flair's girlfriends.
Man alive. Jackson in a lot of trouble. Face first.
The original pedigree is kind of a fucked up move. Because he didn't let go of the guys' arms. And like guys didn't really know how to take it, so they would all take it, kind of like a pile driver. Yeah, seriously. If you haven't done so, go back and watch some 99 Triple H promos. He's just doing Shane Douglas.
Look at this drop kick. Right on the button. I mean, that's a 10 right there. Then he just takes
I do not get A, why this song was given to a guy doing a French aristocrat gimmick, and B, why such a cool song was given to Triple H.
He's not going anywhere. Mr. Jackson.
Wow. Dude, he was ripping off Flair in 03, 04. He was ripping off Harley Race.
And Steven Regal.
Like, they just straight up were doing angles off of the Ric Flair DVD
Well, I'll tell you what.
during Triple H's Reign of Terror. Like, when that DVD came out, every angle Triple H did for like an 18-month period was just something he saw on that DVD.
If he's alive.
Yes, Eric and Bobby, I am alive, and I tell you, these teams want to be in the main event. You can make it happen. But the team that
Want to say something controversial, Judas Effect? I'm not a Motorhead guy.
Did you see woman handle?
I'm not a big.
Nasty boy.
It sounds like noise to me.
Out of the nasty boy because I'm more woman than he ever thought to be. Man,
what the fuck? The point of the locker rooms is to keep these all separate. And of course, Doug Dillinger let the Nasty Boys in there. And yeah, he does have the Gaston nose. That's a good point.
Hogan!
That is so funny. I've heard that rumor too that Lemmy hated Triple H. That like they would do like media appearances together, and he'd be like, "Get this fucking mark away from me."
It's the fear of the past. And that fear of the past comes in many sizes and many shapes.
I love how the locker room's so small that the other teams that aren't talking have to just start talking to the lockers to get out of the shot.
I'm gonna cry a river of tears.
Yeah, seriously, this is like an all-star lineup locker room, and then you got fucking Ed Leslie in there doing like somebody gave Popeye a brain injury.
When you pick up the phone and you call and ask.
Yeah, Triple H spoke at Lemmy's funeral, but like, shit. So many people speak at people's funerals that fucking hated him. I think my dad had a couple guys speak at his funeral that he hated.
It was unsinkable. I
Like, it's never been confirmed, but I've heard the rumor that Lemmy secretly hated Triple H. Thought he was a big old Marky Mark. You can't even rip the poster. Like, he kind of comes off this. You gotta rip it in half. The effect, dummy. Here we go. Early Dust Wonder Kid.
7 days of 007 continues.
My name is Bob.
Tonight, for your eyes only.
I don't think Triple H. And if he did, it's like, shit, I'm still hanging out with women.
You missed Mr. Bond. Did I?
Nobody
I know, and no, it was never confirmed that there was somebody picked to be Spam Man. For those of you who haven't seen my short, there was an idea for a. These are the best. I love these.
And Jean-Claude Van Damme is Guile.
I had all these.
Bells and Bison's doom.
But the sinister Sagat attacks the Street Fighters and the deadly.
But no, I just put Ed Leslie's head on a can of Spam because I figured if anybody's gonna be Spam Man, it's gonna be Ed Leslie.
Movie fighters. Watch for the Street Fighter movie this Christmas. Devastator comes to Sagat. Street Striker and other figures each sold separately. Come now.
Another Levi's commercial where it's just people dancing.
Is no black and white world, so live in full color. Yeah, man. No reason to hide to come up.
I wouldn't be surprised if the guy doing that voice is white. Just judging by the 90s.
Express your big self as long as you're here. Oh yeah. And let no man make you his guinea pig, and no man will that you just stay big. Stay big, big.
When you're riding your new
I still don't get how
that's
that's supposed to be promoted.
You're moving. You're ripping through the universe with the speed of light. That's right, light. Because when you hit the electro launcher, mega bright electron lights blast you off with hyperspeed. On your hut, the electrolyte bike, and you're a flash. You're flying with a super cool.
Think there were any stupid kids that were like, shit, I can go to the moon. I can ride the rings of Saturn on this bike.
Not for night
I
riding.
mean, that is pretty sweet, the light.
Feel the Force with Super Return of the Jedi.
I never played this.
The final and greatest chapter
Was it any
of the Star
good?
Wars trilogy.
None of them was named Elon Musk.
Entertainment system.
Hey, Westagon. You were one of those stupid kids. Hell yeah, I was a stupid kid in different ways. I didn't know Florida existed until I was like
benefits,
6.
medical and dental coverage, and a steady paycheck. A pattern
Hard
that
game.
ends when you leave the Air Force. Unless you join the Air Force Reserve, where you can enjoy the freedom of civilian life full-time without giving up the
So you get it? Because Air Force life is easy. You just sit there and get paid. We don't go to war.
For America's security and yours. A great way to serve.
Sega Genesis is 16 bits. 3DO is 32 bits. The Atari Jaguar is 64 bits. So with 64 bits and 3D graphics that you can only get with Jaguar.
That looks pretty sweet.
Clifford! Jaguar.
Jaguar. I never got to play the Jaguar. Hello, Stream My Views. Please don't be a bot. I don't want to have to ban you. Please be a real person. I doubt it is, though.
Hi, gang. It's another Saturday night. We're back in the control center. The future is here. Starrcade 94. Live from Nashville, Tuesday.
This was such an upgrade
at 8 o'clock Eastern Time.
from the control centers
If you
of
can't
old.
join us in Nashville, then do the next best thing. Experience the excitement and the drama that
Like
only World Championship
if I
Wrestling
remember
can
it correctly, this is
by
the year they
joining
did
us
the
exclusively
hologram
on
promos.
pay-per-view cable TV.
Where
This
Gene
holiday
would pitch to
spectacular
like
is headlined by the triple
spinning
threat,
image
the
of a wrestler, like a
gigantic
360
triple main event.
image. And they would cut a
WCW
promo as a
heavyweight
hologram.
champion Hulk Hogan wages war on a man he believed.
Yeah,
was
that's
his
right. Pay-per-view
lifelong
was on a
friend.
Tuesday.
Hogan is going to be
Arcade was never on Sundays for years. I think '96 was the first Sunday Starrcade.
Hacksaw Jim
It's
Duggan
triple main event. They called it
defends the
triple
US
threat.
title against the top dog.
Why did Vader
And
never
the
wear
big
his
dog
singlet
too,
for his promo pics?
452-pound Vader.
He just wanted them big old
Rounding out the triple
floppies
main
out,
event.
them big
The
naturals.
popular superstar Sting goes one-on-one with the
Also,
former
why did
sumo,
whoever made the
500-pound
graphic
Avalanche.
scale
And what
John
could be more
Tinta so
entertaining,
small?
Mr. T squaring off with the veteran from the
They
Conflict
made
Republic,
Kevin Sullivan look bigger than
As
John
you know,
Tinta.
Starrcade historically is WCW's biggest pay-per-view event of the year. Starrcade 94 will not be the exception. As I announced right here last week.
Yeah, Mr. T wrestled on the show in his referee PJs. Like, he literally wore a pajama cap to wrestle in.
Booker T, Stevie Ray, the Harlem Heat.
Didn't he refereed in October in the same gear he wrestled in December.
Boys, it seems like all you want to do is cry and cry again. The Heat got you once, the Heat's gonna get you
I love Sherry, but she is yawns. Holy shit, look at her eyes.
Overgrown Pillsbury dough butt.
Like we told you, nasty boy, if you want some, you better
See, to this day, Mr. Steve still hasn't gotten his hands on his shirt.
Hey, said you was Sherry, so you call yourself and the Harlem
So you
Heat.
call yourself.
You played with fire
I love the
in
idea of
wrong
somebody
place.
like,
That place is
hey,
and nasty
I'm
sensation
sensuous.
is all you're gonna
Holy
face
shit,
from
you're not a
Hey, man,
Caleb.
we're turning up
I thought you were a bot.
in
I'm glad you're not a
Harlem,
bot.
'cause the nasty boys can't do that.
Glad to have
baby.
you.
Come Starrcade, you're gonna find nasty sensation.
That is
just
sad, Gene.
Right down
I heard
your
about that. The
stinking
only wrestlers
throat.
that attended Gene's funeral were DDP, Jim Brunzell. Jim Blunzell is a much funnier name. But Jim Brunzell and Brian Blair. That is sad.
And what about this one? A big rematch at Starrcade.
I always thought it was
World
like
Television
really cool
champion
when
Johnny B.
they would
Bad
like crop the
defends
arms
against one guy
like
that's had
over
more hits than
the
Al
design
Capone,
for the pay-per-view match
Honky Tonk
graphics.
Man.
I was like, oh shit, it's
Plus, the
3D.
Wonderkin, Alex Wright goes toe-to-toe with Frenchman Jean-Paul Levesque. If you can't join us in Nashville for Starrcade,
Hey Gene, where's that other hand,
on
buddy,
pay-per-view.
huh?
Tuesday, December the 27th at 8 o'clock Eastern
Yeah, Honky
Standard
Tonk and
Time.
Johnny B. Bad didn't happen because Honky's like, I have lost to this man like 3 times. I want a contract if you're going to make me lose a fourth.
Plans now to experience the triple threat, the triple main event that will headline this year's Starrcade, only on pay-per-view Tuesday, December the 27th at 8 o'clock Eastern
Another
Time.
hand is hiding booze.
Have a good holiday. And of course, you can still call the hotline
Buddy Lindell's
tonight
rule.
to voice your
Absolutely.
choice
Buddy Lindell's the
at
best.
1-900-370-3030.
There's a GIF that Rob Naylor posted
Make that
today
telephone call right
of Buddy
now
taking
and
this
stay tuned for more
amazing
action.
bump. He gets punched and like his head bounces off the bottom rope, and then it like hits the bottom turnbuckle, and the camera's right there, and it looks straight out of like Parker Lewis Can't Lose. It's amazing. Yeah, Arn had worked the dark match on Starrcade 94, and as he's walking back, Honky Tonk is walking out, and Bischoff's like, you go right back out, buddy. So Arn, like, is sweating from wrestling with the Armstrongs or something. He's like, shit. He goes out and improvises a 15-minute match with Johnny B. Bad.
Call the shots. 1-900.
Yeah, I wish the WWF run would have worked out too, buddy. The way he tells the story about how he lost the gig is so funny. It sounds like when Peter Griffin hit his knee on Family Guy.
Want to see the nasty boys in Harlem Heat? You heard
That
those
thing.
comments.
Like Buddy said, he slipped on a puddle of ice, and then a revolving door just kept shutting.
Oh, I'd like to see that match.
R.I.P. Buddy Landau. There's never gonna be another Buddy Landau.
Get their tails kicked.
I think we got Mark Kyle in the ring. I typically just do like full like TV shows or like full shows just because it's easier as opposed to having to like, clip matches and everything. But I think I've got some Buddy Landau-centric stuff coming up in the next few months. Yes, Killer Kyle, who, look at that smoke. It looks like they're wrestling in heaven. Who, again, despite what I have said on the stream before, did not actually murder him. That was Johnny K9, not Killer Kyle. Yeah, I can't do any WWE owned stuff. Yeah, so.
I would have told you if you would have asked. I don't realize I have to ask you about Randy Macho Man Savage being
like if it was just the Twitch stream, yeah, the WWE doesn't pull shit from Twitch. I don't know why. Like I could be streaming NXT right now. They wouldn't care. There are a ton of channels that are streaming NXT right now.
What is on the mind of the Macho Man, Randy Savage, but right now it is
But because Off the Grid is also on YouTube, I can't risk it.
I'll tell you something about Savage. He's the most fierce competitor in this sport, in any sport. And if he's here, something's gonna happen.
They pull Smoky Mountain, they pull, they don't pull Smoky Mountain off of Twitch. They definitely pull it off of YouTube. They've pulled me streaming global off of YouTube before. So the global shit that I don't even know if they own the tapes of. Like, they own most of the global, but I was streaming like later global, and they were like, nope. Oh my god, Mark Kyle would have been such a good Russian. They own global, but they don't own all of it. God, what's his name? God. He follows me on Twitter. Shit. Somebody's gonna say who I'm thinking of. The guy the family that owns, not Mancini, Lavoldi? Shit, I'm an idiot.
He's a show-off. He's a punk. I like to take those dimples and slap them so there's only one dimple, and it's right in the middle of his forehead.
All right, we got Ward again. I mentioned the Nasty Boys.
Savoldi, yes. I'm an asshole. We follow each other on Twitter. Yeah, they own some of the global library.
Have just run to the back area.
Yeah, Steve Corino and Terry Taylor both somehow they've both been given logins to the actual WWE YouTube channel, and they upload their own personal comps. And so sometimes they're like shit that WWE doesn't own because it is an unlisted video uploaded by Coach Steve or Coach Terry. It gets pulled. It sucks. IWCCW will be coming up soon and off the grid in the next month or so.
And now Alex Wright is prepared for liftoff.
Okay, if you would have just put a little more stank on it, that would be a finish. Coming off the top rope and just stomping a dude's face in.
Stars from Europe. You see it on Steven Regal. You'll see it on Jean Paul. Look at this. Shot 180 off the top rope. He catches it.
There we go.
Tremendous move.
Gee, I wonder if these people were told to cheer before the match.
Alex Wright. What a move. Boy, I hope we get another look at this. This was textbook.
What a move.
What are we at Chippendales or are we at
Christmas? Okay, so I've said it. Christmas Eve would be the night that I would be doing Deep Cuts Live 100 is Christmas Eve. I'm not streaming on Christmas Eve. I'm going to be streaming that Monday instead. We're going to be doing Deep Cuts Live 100 on that Monday night. And I'm thinking, just because I want to reward you guys for being loyal Twitch folks, I might stream like a Nitro or a pay-per-view or something. Something I know will never make it to YouTube, so it'll be like a that night only thing. Hey, JLK over on Twitter.
Get ready for the adventure of a lifetime with Micro Machines Star Wars transforming action sets.
Just like
typically don't care for
all the Micro Machines Star Wars figures.
In the Twitch chat.
I will freeze your body in carbonite forever, Han Solo. Not so fast. You're next.
Well, I've already done Collision in Korea. It's on YouTube, the VOD. Did it a couple months ago. It was a
Star Wars
blast.
transforming action sets, each sold separately. You put them together. New from
Micro Machines suck.
Shake it. No dandruff. You've got Selsun Power.
You got Selsun
No
Power.
flakes. You've got Selsun Power with Selsun Blue. Doctors recommend it #1 over all leading brands. Dandruff problem? No way. You've got Selsun Power.
Have you experienced
I try to do
the Panasonic Real 3DO system?
Yeah, wrong kind. Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, this is the era where everybody figured out, shit, we can put the video games on discs.
Apparently. Or the mind-blowing graphics of Panasonic Real 3DO. Definitely.
Cool.
The Real 3DO system from Panasonic.
Panasonic. This commercial again. I hate it. I hate it so much. It's the worst. I don't hate it, I just say things.
Casio is tough. And it glows.
Casio glows.
G-Shock.
I'm glad to be of service, Ghost of Burt Furnace. Yeah, so the last two Deep Cut lives of 2024, because New Year's Eve I'm not going to be streaming either. We're going to be we go to a family friend's house for New Year's.
The most demanding
So I will not be home. So that'll be a Monday stream also.
Delivers an exceptionally smooth
Hey,
performance.
Windborn. Thank you so much.
One of the
Appreciate
classic
you.
series tools,
Appreciate
some skill.
your support. Thank you so much.
I wash, I get pimples.
You can
I wash
lurk,
more, I
you
get
can
pimples.
hang
I
out,
use
you
soap,
can-
I get pimples.
whatever.
I
I
use
just
cleaners,
appreciate
I
the
get pimples.
support.
I get
Thank you.
pimples. I get pimples. I get pimples.
I get
clear
pimples.
stick. I wash, I use clear stick. I get fewer pimples.
You should get to like weird, like 56-year-old predator. I get pimples.
For 11, 25, up to 53% fewer pimples.
Wow, this is huge.
By the way, I need to go on a rant real quick. I've been watching those new Chris Hansen Predator videos on YouTube. They're alright, but I feel like they're more for the folks that are like horny for police. Like the Blue Lives Matter types.
Burger King.
Like the emphasis is more on like, we're with law enforcement. Law enforcement's cool.
Aladdin. Peter Pan. All their favorites.
Like
just
back in the
89
day,
cents
he was
each with
just
any
catching
Whopper
pervs for the love of the game. And now it's like half the damn video is like, I'm here with the cops, and the cops are
on TBS. For your eyes only.
Dude, it is so much more like police horny.
Does it better. James Bond.
So much more.
TBS tonight, 8:05 Eastern.
Like, the only positive to the new Chris Hansen videos are they don't bleep the chats. WCW Saturday Night, Dustin Rhodes fell victim to some outside ring interference. One of the most
Got some KFC in the audience. Some Hulk Hogan ears. I saw somebody earlier comment on that. That is a really weird foam finger idea.
Hooks on. Drives on the Bulldog. 1, 2, 3.
Last week, Dustin Rhodes beat the shit out of this guy you've never heard of. Yeah, this is the era Dustin's starting to grow his hair out long. I think if I get business cards made, I'm going to put Catching Pervs for the Love of the Game on Buildup. Hell yeah. You couldn't break toilet paper. That is the most dad-ass insult. I love it. Random Maniac, thank you so much for the sub. Tip of the cap. That shit was syringe sticking in my butt cheek. Yeah, I wonder if that was an issue with Dustin and Hogan. The fact that Dustin would not relent wearing the red and the yellow. You ain't nothing, Dustin. You stinking bum. Yeah, he was. So once he started in WCW, he was supposed to be a truck driver. Nobody remembers. Darso actually did a couple of TV matches as Barry Darso in like early '94, and then they took him off TV because Dusty had the idea. Let's bring you in as a truck driver, and they like shaved his head. All right, I'll let it go one time, Caleb. Next time, yeah, no spamming. Next time you post a link, Caleb, you gotta go. Dirty Dick Slater. This is Dick Slater's WCW return. Shit, it's Scott Studd, looking like a stud in that denim. Bobby Baker's his partner, the most yacht rock looking wrestler I've ever seen. That's a dude that knows how to play some soft notes.
WCW by the Nasty Boys. Colonel Parker has gone out and got probably the nastiest, the meanest, the low down.
So yeah, Bobby's explaining Dick Slater, which I think they said it in a couple different territories. Dick Slater was in canon was Terry Funk's cousin. You know, because that's how cousins are. They wrestle the same. And you can tell this is Dick's first taping because it's one of the few matches he dresses like Buck. Also, look how fucking thick those suspenders are. I think they just like found like the Russians, like the strap in the ring truck, and they converted it into suspenders for him at the last second.
Well, I don't care what you believe. I don't care what the world believes. But I'm not going to go ask him either. Well, you can take my word for it. I knew that.
For guys that work on Rob Parker's farm, which is that's by the way, that's canon. But they said that Parker found Buck on Colonel Rob Parker's farm. But for dudes that are working on the farm all day, they're clean. Clean clothes, no dirt.
Later on in the broadcast, and we'll find out exactly what is going.
Yeah, the guy in the red is Scotty Riggs. Yeah, he is kind of looking like Bill Dundee if he had Tom Zink's genetics. Yes. Yeah, Dick Slater was the world's biggest Terry Funk fan. Who can blame him? If you're gonna copy somebody, copy the best. Good Dick. All right. What's your ring name? Good Dick.
About Dirty Dick Slater. He did not get that name at a 7-Eleven. He earned it.
No, he got that name because he never pulled his foreskin back when he was washing himself. That's Smegma. Smegma Slater. That was the rejected name. It's a shame, Jonathan. Yes, Golden and Fuller are brothers-in-law. Yes.
Never mind, I don't want to touch that. Your winner.
Exactly, Crandamaniac. Kevin Sullivan in his slaughterhouse, where they didn't actually touch any meat. I don't think Scotty Riggs got in the ring. Oh, Bobby Baker saw the love. Some lost without him. Smegma Slater was like an attack in Final Fantasy. That's a crew.
All right, Eric Bischoff, I thank you very much.
Nick, the camera's over here, buddy.
Members of the stable. A stud stable, I believe, Colonel Parker. We've got Bunkhouse Buck. You're telling me that this is a relative of Terry Funk?
In the absence of Terry Funk, I think it's only
Terry Funk, who had just quit the company.
With a family member.
He sent a fax.
Oh yes, Terry
sent a fax saying, "Hey, I can't do this shit anymore. I think the booking's stupid. I'm going to stay home." That's a true story. Terry Funk sent a fax to WCW office. Brian, that's a good point. Why would the stud stable beat Stud? Why wouldn't he be part of the stud stable?
Well, you know, as I sit on my front porch,
imagine like one of Terry's kids
looking out across the pasture side there, and I can see all my cattle down there in the field. You know, I can look at it from wither down the shoulder all the way to hindquarters. Tell you the best piece of meat.
Maine looks so fucking cool.
I bet you could, Colonel.
Yes, sir. That same keen eye is the one that has discovered.
This should be Tamatonga's deal in the bloodline.
And I'll be bringing him.
Like, he's the only one that doesn't really have a thing. This should be his thing.
Yeah, I know who he's talking about.
Like, wear suits, sunglasses, don't emote.
As your down and dirty surprise, Gene. We're going to be bringing it to you very soon. As for now, I'm going to say
Tamatonga, Tangaloa, yeah.
Well, wait a minute, don't run off, Colonel. Dick Slater now apparently
Tamatonga has the
Colonel Robert Parker's
I think is what he
along with Bunkhouse Buck, Arn Anderson, and of course the ominous
if you can't see the camera can't see.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you know,
yeah, the Tongaloa's
here on WCW
Tongaloa's the one I was thinking. Not Tamatonga. Tamatonga does have a thing.
Telephone right now.
Tongaloa.
370-3WCW. It's so easy.
Ming was not as big as people think he was either. He was just gave off such a perception of size that people thought he was gigantic. He was not that big. He was bigger compared to the like normal human.
Still to come, the Macho Man.
The Macho Man. Listen, Tongaloa could be so much better if he just didn't wrestle. And that you'd just be a bodyguard.
Nobody does it better. James Bond on TBS tonight.
They got their money's worth out of this James Bond
archives. Redouble his powers.
A mysterious machine has appeared in homes across America.
All right, baby.
Are we supposed to be like wanting to fuck? The Sega 32X?
Welcome to the
Excellent. You spill your drink?
I don't have a drink.
Uh-oh.
$2 million a month for the names of every undercover agent in the world.
The threat
You are way out of your league.
is everywhere.
Way
Yes,
out.
when he was Camacho, he rode a bike. Yes.
It's real. And the
That's
action
what we use our Dreamcast for.
These people are killers.
Dreamcast is for penetration only.
You leave the cop stuff to me.
Stage 1 is complete. Right on schedule.
Didn't have enough RAM to RAM. Boom. Love that.
Drop Zone. Rated
Love that
R.
beautiful.
Starts Friday, December 9th at theaters everywhere.
Wesley Snipes had another project that he didn't pay taxes on.
It's a double fresh breath. Do you know? Well, it freshens your mouth and it
Why is every gum commercial about having sex with your mates?
Clean, fresh taste for you. Clean, fresh breath
That's
for you know
such a
who.
dumb
That's the double
idea by
freshness you
whoever
get with double mint gum.
designed the 32X or the CDX. It has no fucking vents. That's insane, Orion.
It's the invasion of the Z-Bots!
That was Gary Busey,
You've never seen
yes.
Z-Bots like this, ready for action. Good guys, evil ones, kicking and punching. They're everywhere!
Totally cool.
If you think these
The gum
bots
makes
suck,
you want to
the
do
mother
things
of
with
them
your
all.
mouth.
Megabots!
Megabots.
Secret battle stations, firing rocket launchers, and a mega cool place for Z-Bot battle vehicles.
Not the Megabots,
Mega cool,
which was
Megabots.
Under the Giants thing.
Z-Bot's figure packs,
Russell
vehicles,
Fest.
and Megabot with figure each sold separately from Micro Machines.
Sega Genesis is 16 bits. 3DO is 32 bits. The Atari Jaguar is 64 bits. So with 64 bits and 3D graphics that you can only get with Jaguar, which is more advanced.
These video game companies
Jaguar.
saw so much value in
James
advertising
Bond
and
on
wrestling.
TBS continues.
I'm flattered.
Tomorrow, Octopussy, Live and Let Die, and the Living Daylights.
I don't even see commercials anymore. I don't watch cable. Like, I have Sling, but I'm getting rid of it.
Does it better.
First of the year.
James Bond on TBS tomorrow.
No, they should just get rid of it now because I watch the wrestling shows I watch. I don't watch there. I don't really watch regular TV shows
on this
on
interactive edition of
wrestling either.
WCW Saturday Night. It is for the World Television Championship. It is
There we
set
go.
for one fall.
The most beautiful man in Huntsville, Alabama, Bobby Eaton.
Weighing 233 pounds.
Beautiful Bobby. Beautiful body. It's so funny that after he left the Midnight Express, he essentially lost his last name, and it just became even more fucking absurd.
Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent in this
Beautiful
contest
Bobby.
for the World
Bobby and the
Television
Pussy.
Championship. He's from Macon, Georgia.
God, Bobby and the Pussy, shout out to you. One of the all-time great handles. This will be a good match. Beautiful Bobby is way more funny than Beautiful Bobby. Little Richard. I hate that his entrance song like just spells out the gimmick. It'd be like if Sheamus's entrance song was I'm Irish, I'm Irish, I'm Irish.
Bobby Eaton just returning from an extended tour in Japan where he had a tremendous amount of
Yeah, I can't believe that Honky Tonk Man towel. That has to be a one-off. Like, there's no way they sold this. No way.
Oh, he better.
Johnny, hey, they used to write your.
He better not smile real pretty.
The Deaf Rebel themes are all just like beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep,
All right,
boop.
so much going on here on WCW Saturday Night.
Can't tell
In
who's
case
coming
you
out.
just joined us, you have the opportunity to tell us who you want to see wrestle. WCW, the only wrestling organization that lets you, the fans, tell
Beautiful
us what
title
you
belt,
wanna
one of the
see.
all-time great
Call
championship belts.
1-900-370-3
Both versions of the TV
WCW.
title in the 90s.
You've
were-
got Stars and Stripes, the Nasty Boys, Sting and Dave Sullivan.
That's
You've got
awesome,
the Armstrong
Ghost of Burt
brothers back
Burns.
there.
Your brother
In
has
the locker
Johnny
room,
B.
you've got
Bad
Harlem Heat.
confetti.
You've got Avalanche in that maniacal Butcher
Bobby
back there
Eaton.
tearing up Hulk Hogan's poster. Yeah, we got Bernie. I would tell you what, you have got the very best. This one has your offer.
Bobby Eaton's still wearing the Bad Attitude tights. Even though Steve Keirn is long gone, I think he just kept on to those until the Blue Blood started.
That's still to come, and who knows what's going to happen when the Macho Man, Randy Savage, comes out here.
Okay, so Sting and Dave Sullivan were the team.
What's on his mind. I want to know what
I just thought it was funny. One of the options for a tag team is Evan. That is weird. They have every freaking title belt in the 2K games, but not the TV title.
Oh, look at that. Bobby Eaton using a little bit of hair there. Eaton. That's okay.
Oh, I thought they were chanting Bobby. I'm like, shit. Bobby Eaton.
Yeah, where do you draw the line? Two hands.
I think Bobby Eaton was just very frugal.
A little too much hair. I'll tell you what, this crowd
Johnny
B. Bad.
I'd be scared if I were Mark Marrow in that ring. That kid would stand above my bed with a knife.
Bobby Eaton with a hip toss attempt, blocked, and then a reverse attempted by Johnny B. Bad, and Eaton.
Beautiful punch.
Went in about elbow
Great
deep
punch.
to the solar plexus. And now Johnny B. Bad on the receiving end of an Irish whip.
Oh shit! Nice.
Takes his man off his feet, follows it up with another arm drag takedown. Japanese
Mark Marrow, again, one of the few guys in this era in American TV wrestling that was watching Lucha.
Comes around behind. Boy, he is keeping Eaton completely off balance. And I'll tell you what surprises me here is Johnny B. Bad.
Like we have the McKenzie brothers in the second or third row there.
Well, he can wrestle. He knows everything there is to know about scientifics, I believe. The man's a television
Scientifics.
But so does that
like
man
he's
wrestling right
playing
there.
with Bunsen
And
beakers.
someplace right now in the building.
Hey, Mark Zinkgroff over on Twitter.
He needs a belt. He's got to have a belt.
Look, this song's good, but it does drive me nuts that the lyrics are just, here's what his gimmick is, word for word.
Very, very gifted, but need be.
Exactly, Brian. Wrestling's great because a guy who looks like your Merit chain smoking aunt can be called beautiful. Again, Loverboy Dennis. Gary Hart was known as Playboy.
Finding himself on the wrong end of a 3 count.
Come on, referee.
Yeah, Mark Marrow in like 96 was really good at wrestling.
Johnny B. Bad makes his way up.
And yeah, Marrow wrestled as Johnny B. Bad in TNA.
He's putting all of his weight.
I think he teamed with Norman Smiley. What a team.
Bobby Eaton, if you notice the inside of the forearm right across the cheekbone, very painful.
Like if wrestlers today worked in the 80s, you know Kevin Owens' name would be like Sex Kitten.
Oh, man alive! Wait a minute, we could have a new champion right here. Cover him, Bobby. Cover
Do I think Mark Marrow could have risen high in that roster before he got injured? No. They had once Vince figured out that Mark Marrow was kind of a plain Jane dude without the Johnny B. Bad gimmick, and that he kind of got sold not a empty bill of goods. What's the phrasing? Like Mark was talented, but Vince wanted Johnny B. Bad, and he couldn't be Johnny B. Bad. Like his bed was made.
Don't waste time, though. Don't waste time with him, Bobby. Coming out of that.
Yeah, Bobby's an all-time great.
He'll get paid by the hour.
Makes his way up to the top turnbuckle again.
We got a new champion.
The Alabama Jam right across the chops. Johnny B. Bad in two.
I will say, if you go back and watch a lot of Bobby Eaton matches, a very funny, ironic thing considering all the old timers that praise Bobby, and rightfully so. But also, it's an inverse version of their off critiques for young wrestlers. He whored out that leg drop. He would let guys kick out of that thing every match if he wasn't winning.
But don't forget, you've got Sting back there.
There are not wrestlers. There's not an ugly man doing a beautiful gimmick these days, and I think that's what wrestling is. I get that WWE has been doing like record numbers, but imagine how many more domes they could fill if like Sami Zayn became like Sex Panther Sammy.
Who is dazed? It is Bobby Eaton who is staggering around in the ring.
I don't even think Glorious Bobby Roode, I don't think it was supposed to be like a sexy guy thing. He's just like, hey, I'm amazing. Joe Gacy would have been a great, a Juicy Joe Gacy. That's it. JD Drake almost did that for a little bit with the wingman gimmick. Sammy's not ugly, he's just not traditionally pretty. You know what I mean?
By. Take it, Gino. If he's alive.
You don't want him
Right, we've got tag teams in here aplenty, and by the way,
Erotic Eric Rowan, there we go. Christopher Prentice.
WCW, the Armstrong brothers, Sting and Dave Sullivan stars.
Dave Sullivan appears to have rubbed poop on his face.
You want to smack somebody's face, you ugly witch, huh?
This sounds like a Dom sub thing.
Scary face. You're lucky the Atlanta PD is holding us back because Harlem you're gonna get nasty. Hey, Gene.
I would love to know the actual votes though. I imagine like Beavis and Butthead got 80% of the votes.
The ears, the eyes, and the noses fly. Let's rip them
Dave is wearing face paint because he's supposed to be teaming with Sting.
And Harlem Heat, take it from somebody who knows you're getting yourself into a real nasty situation. But I got a bad problem.
I love how the tag team champions are like the low guys in the totem pole in the locker room. Oh, hey, Ethan Supley. Hey, MJ over on Twitter. I think the boat sailed on El Generico. I also kind of think if bringing pasty white dude pretending to be Hispanic type of gimmick into modern wrestling just doesn't
portable with over 150 games, like the new Echo, Mortal 2, and Sonic Triple Trouble.
Yeah, Ethan Supley, if you've not seen him lately, he is like fucking Brock Lesnar. He's gigantic. I'm like
Not with severed skeleton. A solid skeleton, broken into 3 pieces. I put them back into the magical tomb, place a sword in the middle, and the skeleton is
yes, the guy from My Name is Earl, the guy from
That's impossible. You're right, that's magic.
Mallrats, Boy Meets World.
6 new tricks you can
The
collect
tag division around this time was the Nasty Boys and Harlem Heat. Antlers and Stripes. That's it. Dick Slater and Buck were getting started.
All 3 Indiana Jones adventures in one action-packed game.
The greatest Christmas cartoon ever.
Yes, American
The
History
Grinch.
X. Yes,
TNT shows you how it was done with host Phil Hartman. Only on TNT. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Special TNT edition tonight at 9 Eastern.
And the Armstrongs, but like Brett had just come back too.
These people are guilty.
They do. Okay, that's actually really Braun Strowman, because he's out in and out so much. You got to give him a new thing when he comes back. So yeah, you don't put Braun Strowman.
Shackles of dry skin in just 7 days. It conditions as it deep cleans. Evidence: your skin can be softer, smoother, healthy looking, guaranteed, or your money back. So get out from behind bars.
I imagine this commercial originally had did not have the voiceover. Like she was actually reading lines. But she was so fucking terrible that they had to have the guy come in and do the voiceover.
For most people in the world,
because if you notice, her lips are moving like the whole
is thousands of feet above. For you, it's a phone call away. Air Force Reserve, a great way to serve.
They really want wrestling fans to join the Air Force.
TBS continues tomorrow. Octopussy, Live and Let Die, and The Living Daylights. I'm flattered. James Bond on TBS.
Wyatt Savage. That would be so good.
Welcome back to WCW Saturday Night.
That was like one of their personalities.
From Atlanta, GA, the Olympic City.
Here we go, Honky Tonk. Thinking of shit that unfortunately will never be done these days.
Johnny B. Bad at Starrcade, you're all mine. Johnny B. Bad, get the
Honky Tonk has like a strong, like for a normal person, that can would be ridiculous. The thing is, he's in wrestling.
I think he's a great singer.
But look at the robe on his opponent. Holy shit.
What an entertainer. You're a sick man. Matter of personal taste, I happen to enjoy the man.
Rob Morgan wanted to stand out. So he asked his gear seamstress, hey, just give me a giant sheet of gold.
Now, just give me your face, sweetheart.
Give me a sheet of it. I'll figure out how to put it on.
Johnny B. Bad, you're all mine. Well, you heard it from the Honky Tonk Man. He is talking about his upcoming match with Johnny B. Bad.
That's right. I think you've said that before. Yeah, Brian. Honky was the main event of your first wrestling. Of course it was in your eyes. Honky Tonk Man once yelled at my friend Isaac for staring at his merchandise at his table. My friend Isaac was like, hi, Honky. And he's like, are you going to buy something?
They gave him a blast from behind. Not from the past, from behind.
Like he was there for maybe 5 seconds. And Honky just got so shitty with him.
How much talent, how much
he lives down in Arizona, and he has a guy, or he had a guy, that was going down to Mexico like once a month and getting boxes of lucha masks for like not even $1 each, and then he would sell them for $20 each.
That belt belonged to me at Starrcade. It's all mine. Yeah, talk is cheap. Talk to me, Honky. So is that hair dye. Honky Tonk Man.
Yeah, Honky should have wrestled in the jumpsuit.
As much as this guy grates on my nerves, I can't take anything away from him inside of the ring.
Who wants to see Honky in a singlet?
Whatever you may think about this,
the Honky Tonk Man is the jumpsuit. Like the jumpsuit is half of the work.
Well, he suckers you in. He gives you a false sense of you think you got.
You can do so many bits with the jumpsuit. Yeah, Honky quit wrestling, but I know what you're talking about. The famous clip of him not falling down doing the neck breaker.
Oh, he'll go right for the juggler. There's no doubt about it. But he's a proven winner. He's a star.
Shit it. I love it. Nothing better in a wrestling ring than a guy with a southern accent, shit it.
Following this match, Vader is going to be here. We're going to take you back to
the exact opposite wrestler of the Honky Tonk Man. Vader. What do you think the Honky Tonk Man and Vader talked about?
And of course, you fans are going to tell us in just a little while who you want to see in the main event. If you haven't called yet,
those two probably had nothing in
common. Pick up the phone and call 1-900-370
Beer. Yes, okay.
WCW and tell us who you
They just sat around a cooler and grunted.
But right now, it is Morgan. He is, I was going to say he's mounting an offensive attack here on the Honky Tonk Man. But
I think Rob Morgan's wearing tinsel around his legs.
He's taking him home now. No. Shake and roll. Trouble here.
Honky Twink.
3.
It is a shame we didn't get Doink Honky Tonk. All right, Stephen J. Neptune Man, this day in sports, this week in sports history, December the 3rd, we were 113 days into the Major League Baseball strike, 63 days into the NHL lockout. The Sacramento Kings beat the New Jersey Nets 94-89. The Knicks beat the Washington Bullets at 111-95. The Bulls beat the Boston Celtics 125-109. And the number one song in America was On Bended Knee by Boyz II Men. MJ on Twitter, what's your personal WCW dream match? Any wrestling match type? And I wish they did more shit with Vader and Ricky Steamboat. We talked about that a couple weeks ago.
Sinatra wanted him for that album duet. Sinatra wanted to sing with him. He'd had nothing to do with Sinatra.
Honky Tonk, baby.
Dogs all over the country.
Yeah, Honky probably did cut a few promos on Vader for smelling.
You're a beautiful audience.
Was that Honky's thing? We watched another match where Honky did the motorboat after his match. I don't remember him ever doing that in the WWF. Like, he gets to WCW, he's like, I need something new. How about I act like I'm just blowing through some titties?
Covers the man. Johnny B. Bad. That's the next WCW television.
I love how Jimmy Hart's like, you know what? I'm just gonna put new words over my old song. Whatever. Who cares?
Right now, Tony Schiavone.
With Titty City. God, imagine if, AEW could convince Honky to come in and break that Hall of Fame deal.
Here in the Red Locker Room.
Iron Savages.
With Harlem Heat and Sherry, but you can vote for one tag team from the Red Dressing Room. It could be the former.
Why do they have so many Hulk Hogan posters in that locker room?
Tony, let me tell you something.
They've ripped up like 6 of them.
Stars and Stripes. There's only one problem, Tony. Stars and Stripes, we know you took the phones off the hook so the people can't call in and vote for us.
This is the most unhinged Paul Roma promo.
And take back one right
strictly belongs to us, Paul. Well, you know something pretty
like Paul Roma, who like has a YouTube channel where he talks every week about the Ring Boy scandals and about all the trauma that like WWF put those children through. Popped up in one of those WWE ID videos this week. Yeah, Sullivan is barking. That's a thing he would do sometimes.
We want you tonight.
All right, we got just
I think Booker T is talking to the lockers.
Hogan, it's gonna be curtains for you. You're gonna
Why
go
do we
down
keep letting him
just
talk?
like
He
the
sucks.
Titanic went down when it struck the ice.
I love John Tinta in the background.
Cold waters, brother. You're going D6, and there's nothing that can stop it now.
Also, Doug Dellinger just hanging out in the heel locker room. I want to vote for Doug Dellinger. Get his ass kicked.
I'm gonna tear you up.
They only give us the one poster. We go back there and it's just confetti they're throwing around.
Dressing room, still to come, the Macho Man, Randy Savage with us, and Nick is Vader. I know you want Starrcade.
Did John Tinta just do the blowjob thing? I think John Tinta just did the blowjob thing in the background.
Hey, dude,
that's insane.
The Hulk is running wild on WCW, and I want to tell you all about it right now.
Call the Hulk.
I love John Tinta even more.
1-900-737-HULK.
This pointing, I thought he was doing this.
Options like Beat the Hulk, Hulk Trivia, and one of my great Hulk messages. There's always something new on the Hulk Hogan hotline.
Call now at 1-900-737.
If business goes on enough, he'll post his testimony from the Vince McMahon trial.
Charges will appear on parents' phone bill.
Feel the Force.
They really wanted us wrestling fans to play these games.
The final and greatest chapter in the Star Wars trilogy.
What if this game was just where Star Wars ended? Like, the canon ended with that game.
Yeah. What's big? Is no black and white world. So live in full color. Yeah, man. No reason to hide.
Again, I have to think the guy doing that voice is a knowing the time period. It's likely a white man.
As long as you're here. Oh, yeah. And let no man make you his guinea pig. And no man will that you just stay big. You must stay big. Big.
I'm gonna go by Jeans.
Jones' Greatest Adventures.
That sucked. Okay, he was not doing the blowjob. I thought I saw his hand like this. I thought he was
3 Indiana
doing
Jones
that.
adventures in one action-packed game.
That would have been amazing.
It's rough being a grandpa during gift-giving season.
I'm heartbroken.
I got 8 grandkids.
I got 8 grandkids.
But this year I'm going to Burger King for these wonderful Disney glasses.
What a shitty grandpa.
There's that nice boy Aladdin.
He looks like he has money.
Magical Disney
And he's like,
classics.
fuck it, I'm just gonna
The
go
glasses are
get
89 cents at Burger
cups
King
from
with any
Burger
Whopper
King.
value meal. So the kids get their favorite Disney glasses, and I eat every Whopper. It is better to give than to receive.
That's better to
get your burger's worth.
take your fucking grandkids. Get french fries.
Is everything. Once you got it, everything else just falls
Stop
into
moving the
place.
camera.
That's why I use this stuff, Perk Plus.
It's
One
just a
smart
soccer
shampoo,
player.
control-enhancing conditioners for hair that's easy to handle.
And my grandma used to take me to
My hair
Wendy's.
does what I want.
I ended up like this.
That's enough for me.
Perk Plus.
I'm starting in a new
Goes to Burt Furnace. That's the type of grandpa that gives free shampoo from hotels to his grandchildren.
Just kind of first impression I love to make.
Oh, hey, it's a piece of shit.
You can picture my Saturday nights for the next
Like an all-time monster. Dating Masters.
I wanted to blast those sets.
With Clearasil, you'll have
I
fewer pimples in
hope
3
I
days
get
and
paid
your
by
money
Wendy's
back.
someday.
Guaranteed.
Arby's.
It really worked.
Years
First, they
ago
looked like
sent me
everyone
like
else from the neck
a
up.
big old thing
From
of
the neck down,
coupons.
that is another story.
Fewer pimples in 3 days, your money back, guaranteed.
The go-to is typically a
back with you
back when I was a kid, it was just a cheeseburger kids meal. Now it's a number one with cheese and mayo.
Show you this confrontation between
I'm a
Vader
basic
and Hacksaw
bitch.
Jim Duggan. Remember what happened the last
This is one of the best WCW matches of the night. Dustin and Vader.
Wait a minute, he pulled up.
Dustin's another guy that had so much chemistry with Vader. And they never went to that match other than really this, and I think 1 or 2 TV matches. Ends him with a rare face eraser.
Of course. The winner of the match is
Winner of the match.
What a match this was, and it's a shame to see that they're still trying to inflict pain on the youngster.
Look at Harley. He's directing him. Find that rope, big man.
Wait a minute, here comes the U.S. champ. Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
He's got no business out here.
Vader's going to splash Dustin again.
Amazing move. Should have thrown a lariat.
Duggan, you've made a mistake here.
The $5 bags are pretty dope.
You're going to need it.
That's his real words. I got to agree. That's a good value. I think the Wendy's value bag is the best value bag in fast food.
They're locking up in the ring, Stunning Steve and Hacksaw
Exactly.
Jim Duggan. And this match is over.
There's a surprise.
I guess that is the surprise.
Steve Austin, is that hair, buddy? You got to shave it.
Stunning Steve is reeling.
Get out of your brain and get into your car. Perhaps. God, why is he not wearing knee pads? That's so sick and gross and perverted.
Duggan, he's going to try to end it all now. The three-point stance, he got him.
I love Harley's jacket with the Vader embroidered on it. We do have Culver's. I'm a big Culver's cheese curds guy.
Pulled the top rope, and he's taking a nasty spell on the outside.
But the referee didn't see it.
The burgers are okay. The butter burgers, all right. The cheese curds is all it's about, baby.
Here's the plan, apparently. This is why Race was here.
Harley Race would take so many bumps. God, I love Vader. Whenever Vader wasn't in his gear, he was just wearing sweats. Vader's one of those guys, looks incredible in his ring gear. But then whenever he would do a run-in in street clothes, it'd just be like, hey, here comes this guy in sweatpants. Sweatpants Leon.
And I'll say it again. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I'm not a hard man to
Thank you,
find.
Vader.
So Vader,
Thank you.
if you want a piece of me, like the game show host says, come on down.
Like the game show host says. He didn't really watch television. Here we go.
Well, you heard the challenge. Hacksaw Jim Duggan laid it out, and he said, I'm not a hard man to find. And
Vader and Duggan should have been so much better. Like, it was probably Duggan's best WCW stuff.
Cyclops. Oh, yeah, he realized.
Man, imagine Vader versus like 85. Oh, Vader's not wearing gloves. This guy's getting his ass kicked. Vader had such good luck with entrances.
Mean Gene Okerlund will be talking to Vader regarding that challenge following this contest. Now let's go back to Gary Michael Capetta.
I hate to bring that guy's name up, and I don't mean to body shame anybody.
Oh man! Now here's
Vader is what that Brad Shepard guy thinks he looks like.
He's chewing gum. He don't even have any.
Oh my God, this guy's great. And the fact that I don't know who he is tells me he is going to get murdered.
Courtesy of Mr. Vader.
Oh gosh.
And again, this is a frightening thing to broadcast because we've seen what Vader has done to other athletes. Never forget, it wasn't all that long ago. Poor young Joe Thurman had his back broken at the hands of this man. He has injured so many men. Cactus
Oh my gosh.
splattered out here like a rag doll by Vader.
You know, Vader's suspended in about 20 different countries. He can't even wrestle in.
Exactly.
Gosh. Oh no.
Look at this.
Oh no.
And I'll tell you what.
This guy's not helping him at all. Look how crooked his body was when he went. Oh gosh.
To Gilbert. Oh. The power of this man
Oh boy. I think he put the gloves on as he was going to the ring. It's so weird. Oh god, oh god. This guy's gonna get hurt. Oh, right on his shoulder. Oh no. He is so pissed that the guy tried to pull up his trunks. Oh god, here we go. He's gonna punch this man in the mouth. Oh gosh, oh gosh.
He's just mauling him.
And Nick Patrick's like, hey, close fists.
It's like some humanoid fell into a
That's his
bear
concern.
cage, and the bear's just playing with him.
Is your fists are closed when you're hitting him with your forearms. What a shitty referee.
Train wrecks that are less devastating.
Oh god, he's gonna hit it with the face eraser. Here we go.
Come on. No.
Oh god. Oh, he hit his face. All my homies hate Nick Patrick. That could have been worse than it was, but he still hurt that man a whole lot.
Now we have to declaw.
Wow. Yeah, harmony.
Honky Tonk comes up.
I'll tell you what. I do not envy Mean Gene Okerlund, our broadcast partner, who has the dubious honor of interviewing this madman. Let's see if we can get another look at this. This was devastating.
He's just a monster. And Harley Race has him fine-tuned. Look at this. Picks a man up by his Adam's apple and just slams him
right my god, his shoulder. No.
Picks him up like a dish rag.
Oh gosh, his head bounced.
Vader, you can do whatever you want as far as I'm concerned. You are the man.
Yeah, well, let's go
if that guy tells his grandkids that he remembers that match, bullshit.
With Vader and Harley Race.
All right, as you know, it's going to be Vader squaring off against U.S. champ.
Harley Race's jacket makes it look like he's on a Vader-themed bowling team.
At Starrcade, that is one of the big triple threats, the triple main event.
Hey, Gene, listen to Vader and watch closely now. Look into my eyes. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, you were a former All-American football player. You were a former professional football player. But brother, listen to me closely.
Vader's like, can you sign your rookie card for me?
Champion. You're fixing
it's time. It's bowling time.
Living, breathing human being. Because Vader, no. He's not coming just to look good. He's not coming just to win. He's not coming to steal your self-respect and win that title, brother.
He's coming because it would be very respectful for all that hard work you're doing down there.
Sweat and tears. Because
I don't know why he was using the face eraser instead of the powerbomb. I think he beat Duggan with it at Starrcade too, if I remember correctly. That is weird.
Brother. Formally,
maybe Duggan was like, dude, I'm not taking that fucking powerbomb.
Yeah, baby.
But what if I bounce your head off the canvas instead?
I'm not hard to find, baby. We're gonna get it all.
That's actually a hell of a bowling team. Yes.
You stuck your nose where it didn't belong. You put your nose in Vader's business, and now it has become Vader's business. So one time, Mr. Duggan, it's gonna be Vader time.
I thought I was the coolest kid in frickin' second grade when I figured out how to do that. I was like, shit. I didn't realize it was like easy to do.
Right here, next week.
He's got a red vest on the waiters.
Don't make any plans.
I beat Duggan with the face. I think it probably has to be Duggan. He's like, yeah, I don't want to take the powerbomb.
Midway has been awakened, and you have made him.
Maybe Hogan, because his next feud was Hogan. Maybe Hogan's like, I don't know about that powerbomb. And then Hogan would end up just killing the powerbomb.
Saturday Night. Greatest manager on God's green earth. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back after this.
And maybe Hogan did tell him, hey, I'm just gonna no-sell your powerbomb. Maybe that's it. That's good theory. Oh yeah, Dustin.
It's Series 2 of Magic Works. No-fail magic you can master in minutes.
Once a skeleton is destroyed, it's destroyed forever.
Do they still sell magic tricks at stores?
A solid skeleton, broken into 3 pieces. I put them back into the magical tomb, place a sword in the middle, and the skeleton is whole. Unbelievable.
It's a little more impressive when you do it with a person.
Severed Skeleton, one of 6 new tricks you can collect in Series 2 of Magic Works.
Sega Genesis is 16 bits. 3DO was
if somebody had Vader's haircut and Jeff Hardy's beard, they would have, their barber would have the best aim. The most steady hand in all of Colorado.
When you're riding your new electrolyte bike from Hutney, you're cruising, you're moving, you're ripping through the universe with the speed of light. That's right, light. Because when you hit the electro launcher, mega bright electron lights blast you off with hyperspeed. On your Hut, the electrolyte bike, and you're a flash, you're flying with a super cool look of electro blow rims. So make a move, shake a groove, because your new electrolyte bike's gonna take you everywhere. With the speed of light. And they're only from Huffy, not for night riding.
Those bikes.
The beach can kill your hair.
There we go, Brian.
The sun, the wind, the sand, they really dry it out. That's why I use Per Plus Dry Damaged. It's extra conditioning without the fuss.
That's because it has two conditioners. One conditions all over, the second goes straight to the damaged spots for soft.
Kurt Hennig's name when he came back in '97 for WCW should have been Perf Plus.
But nobody has to know.
Perfect but better.
Plus shampoo and conditioner in one.
Great hair, no fuss.
You know, if there are all those holes you need to screw in the wall in a circle.
Thanks to its removable, rechargeable battery packs.
Yeah, Hogan had to be eased into a lot of stuff. That's why he Butcher was the Starrcade main event here. That's why he got the Dungeon of Doom feud.
The FlexiCharge power system from Skill.
Feast your eyes on this. The Cartoon Network's serving up Duck for 3 hours straight. It's Daffy Duck and his despicable self.
That's a good point, Jonathan.
In the documentary.
You can't ride at night. What's the point of the lights?
Daffy Duck Super Chunk, Sunday at 4.
Super
On the
Chunk,
only
that's what they
network
call
that
me on
can
the
feed your toon
streets.
hunger. Cartoon Network.
James Bond on TBS continues tomorrow. Octopussy, Live and Let Die, and The Living Daylights. I'm flattered. James Bond on TBS tomorrow, 10:35 Eastern.
All right, ladies and
the
gentlemen,
Tag Champs finally get to cut a
back of the blue
promo.
locker room here. It's an interactive Saturday night. Your chance
Scott
to vote for
Armstrong.
your favorite tag team.
Yeah, I'm still here, guys. You can vote for me.
WCW Stars and Stripes are here. The Patriots.
What an asshole walking in front of somebody else's promo. Why is Doug Dillinger there?
The old-fashioned American way, we earned it, and it makes no difference, Gene, if it's Pretty Wonderful, Harlem Heat, Faces of Fear. We're not backing down, Marcus.
Wait, was Scott Armstrong giving the Patriot a back rub?
We hung it up. So make the call if you want to see the World Tag Team Champions. Yeah! I can't help myself.
I can't help myself. I have to cut it on your promo. By the way, Marcus Bagwell, YouTube channel, he's doing interviews now. He posted an interview today from WrestleCon, whatever the convention was this weekend, where he interviewed Danhausen in character for 20 minutes. I like Danhausen a lot. Danhausen's great. I cannot imagine what Danhausen in character and Buff Bagwell talk about for 20 minutes.
Wow. I'll tell you what, I'm glad I've got the duty out here.
There we go. Look at that jacket. Beautiful. With the fringe. I do love that Danhausen. Yes.
Dustin Rhodes up to
Hello, Mike. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you bringing the hot soda and the steel crackers.
You know what I mean? This place is cooking down here in Atlanta tonight. The Macho Man, Randy Savage, will be
Dustin
here.
getting to wrestle the one enhancement guy that can go. Well, Mark Kyle can go.
What he's thinking about.
I think the reason why Danhausen isn't on AEW TV is the reason we can all imagine.
Usually something happens. Usually something bad happens.
That's all I've heard, was the same stuff that's going around.
WCW, without question, the place to be.
Lieutenant James Earl Wright, one half of the State Patrol. ACAB, that's right.
Hook up Dustin Rhodes. Backs Lieutenant James Earl Wright.
A.K.A. Dale Veazey. Fun story that I think I'm going to make into a short.
Watch your speed limit on the way home and keep it at 5.5. Of course, that pickup truck him and his old man have, I don't think will go over 30.
Dale Veazey, when he got the State Patrol gimmick in like 89, 90, and they started using him on TV doing the cop
And I'll
gimmick.
tell you what, I was just about to say, it's going to be interesting to see the kind of strategy Wright's going to have.
I think within like 3 or 4 months of him debuting as a lieutenant in the
So he figured, heck, I'll just treat.
as a lieutenant in the whatever police force, was arrested for distribution of steroids in Atlanta, and it was all over the news in Georgia.
Probably more natural ability than anybody I've seen come down the pike.
Because of course all the news stations in Atlanta thought it was funny that the WCW police guy got arrested.
The champions, and Dustin Rhodes had Vader going several times throughout that contest. That was a brilliant.
Yeah, Dale Veazey, James Earl Wright's like 5'4", I think, and Dustin's the legit 6'5".
He kept going right after Vader.
So this is like a child wrestling a man.
Dustin Rhodes now taking advantage of his leverage. He's working over the arm of Wright back up.
Had to become a county mountie when he flunked for the WCW Special Forces.
Over and above that arm. That puts the pressure on the elbow, the wrist, and the shoulder of Wright. And now
yeah, it looks like he's wrestling a mini.
Well, that's easy to do when you're 6'7".
Also, great tan on Dustin.
Thumbed him in the eyes, right off the bat.
I'd expect him to be out.
Like, Dustin wasn't known for a guy who had great tans. He is crispy. Yeah. There we. Why do you even need to jump off the second rope when you're wrestling a guy that size?
2-3, your winner. Almost. Almost. I thought he had him. Yeah, I thought he did too.
Bischoff's like, why is this match still going on? Why wasn't that the finish?
Hits him again.
Again, you don't need to climb the ropes to hit this guy, buddy.
Firing away at the top of the head of James Wright, who I guarantee will think twice before he thumbs the natural in the eyes again.
He's going to take him for the big one. He's going to bulldog him.
Eric took over for Tony on this show only. He would do the live shows because he had a weird like control thing. Like he was really scared that for whatever reason he felt as if he needed to be on camera during the live shows in case anything went wrong, and he needed to like direct track. Like Tony was the traditional Saturday night host, but since this was broadcast live, Eric took over.
Look at his clothesline off the second rope. Drives the sergeant right
down. He's a man. He's a man who's a son of a man. He's a natural freaking man. He's a man with testosterone and penis and balls.
All right, Saturday night, something else you've just seen a very
only in wrestling do
the
good guys get to beat the shit out of the cops. Normally, the cops are doing it to the
live here on TBS. You know, last week, Dustin, I couldn't help but notice you got into a little bit of a row with one of the fans.
He is so brown.
Oh, I don't know who that guy is or where he comes from. For the last couple months, I've
judging by that accent, Minnesota.
He's mouthing everybody, putting me down on the ground.
Like, was he hanging out with Chick Donovan in this era?
It got a little bit too out of hand.
Yeah, Dustin's song is like Mark Murrow's, where it's like, this guy is the son of Dusty Rhodes, and he's good at wrestling.
As far as
Minnesota or Russia, yeah, one of those two.
Over the past couple of months, it's good. It's where I want it to be.
Like,
I've won some.
After seeing this, I kind of want Dustin Rhodes to give up tanning lessons in the AEW locker room. There are a couple guys that need them.
A lot of people, a lot of wrestlers have tried to put me out of commission, and every single one of them have failed. I'm still here. WCW is where it's at.
The blonde hair with the deep tan, looking like the third outrunner.
I'm going to be here till it's over.
All right, he is the natural Dustin Rhodes. And by the way, still to come here, it's going to be the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Yeah, please don't turn away. We swear a real WWF star is coming up next.
Everybody get electric because the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
I thought he said everybody get a lick in.
Oh, yeah.
Brian, yeah, he did look pretty naked.
But at many fast food restaurants, it's not on the menu.
So yeah, it is weird with Dustin and Cody. Like, there are times
clean taste that everyone enjoys.
where Dustin looks like the spitting image of Cody, and there are other times they look like they could not possibly be related.
You've never seen
it's
T-Box
weird.
like this. Ready for action. Good guys, evil ones, kicking and punching. They're everywhere.
Also, shout out to my SSRI gang. Gonna take my meds.
Meet the mother of them all, Megabot. with secret battle stations, firing rocket launchers, and a mega cool place for Z-Bot battle vehicles. Mega tough, mega cool, mega bot. Yeah! Z-Bot's figure packs, vehicles, and mega bot with figure, each sold separately from Micro Machines.
$2 million a month for the names of every undercover agent in the world.
The threat
You are way out of your league.
is everywhere.
You think Gary Busey just like wanted to jump out of a plane? They're like, shit, we just shoot it.
These people are killers.
That thing looks like a Mega Magneto. Domies, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you bringing the flat soda and the half-eaten crackers to the party. Appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Rated R. Starts Friday, December 9th at
Drop the Zone. Gary Eaton the Pussy. Active Blue. They really want these wrestling fans to wash their damn hair.
The essence of man.
So, you guys wash your face, right?
Who doesn't?
Then your skin looks
Fucking
flawless,
commercial.
huh?
You guys wash your face?
No, what you wash with may leave an oily residue.
Get out of here.
But not Clearasil Daily Face Wash. Its medicated formula fights bacteria and foams away trapped dirt from pores where pimples start without leaving an oily residue.
The first indie wrestler that starts selling shampoo and soap, or just giving it away.
Clearasil Daily Face Wash.
Honestly, selling it wouldn't work. Just giving away soap and shampoo at their table.
Colonel Guile and his Street Fighters move in to take out
Mean
the
Gene
evil
Gangrene.
M.
Hello,
And
Donnie.
Jean-Claude Van Damme is Guile. His punchin' sonic boom.
Spells M. Bison's doom.
But the sinister
It'd be
cigar
awesome if in the
attacks
movie
Street Fighters and the deadly
JCVD
Devastator.
just did
So Guile
this.
charges the competition with the Savage Street Striker.
So long, Sagat.
Capcom Street Fighter, the official movie fighters. Watch for the Street Fighter movie this Christmas. Devastator comes to Sagat. Street Striker and other figures each sold separately.
I smoke, but when I'm shopping, it's not part of the bargain.
I smoke, but when I go shopping, I just blow nicotine
It has a cool, clean
all
taste I
over
can take anywhere
the
I shop.
deli.
So when I can't smoke, I bring along
I just give
flesh
everybody
and
else
satisfaction.
cancer too.
Have you experienced the awesome power of the Panasonic Real 3DO system? Obviously. The intense realism of Panasonic Real 3DO. Apparently. Or the mind-blowing graphics of Panasonic Real 3DO.
Ugh, you know, like doing drugs.
The Real 3DO system from Panasonic. Ladies and
The Dragon the Baby
gentlemen,
Food aisle.
please welcome.
This is before they had the proper song. I think Randy signed on like a couple of days' notice, so they just had to use a stock version of Pomp and Circumstance because they really wanted to get him on TV. You also tell this is a rush job because Randy's jacket and hat don't match the ring gear. The rare look by Randy Savage, it doesn't match. It is like when Rox came out to the Trogs. Good call. Riticus, thank you for upping your sub, my man. Appreciate you putting out my syringe.
It gives me a great deal of pleasure to introduce truly one of the all-time greats in professional wrestling, finally arriving at World Championship Wrestling.
And like I know that they were like playing them up throughout the show, but this is a very casual debut for like the second biggest star in wrestling.
I want everybody right now to freak out, freak out. The Macho Man is right here, and I'm here for only one reason, and that's to take it to the limit, yeah.
Can you be a little more specific about that, Macho Man? I know you've got to have goals and objectives when you come to an organization, a star of your magnitude, but what specifically do you have in mind?
You're right about that, because a lot of people out there call me hardcore. A lot of people out there call me cold and calloused.
Is this the first like mention outside of ECW of the phrase hardcore in wrestling?
Membrane, and then I'm a time bomb, and I could go ballistic at any second, and all those things could be true.
It might have been why he used it.
ignore the fact
why he used pomp and
that
circumstance
I'm
because Gorgeous
here for
George.
one reason. And
There were
one
many
reason
points in
only.
WCW when Randy was a
And
bigger
it
drawing card than
is
Hogan.
To confront
Like
the man
the house show peak in '96 that was credited to the NWO actually started during the Randy Savage Ric Flair feud.
right now.
Shoot.
Do you know a man that goes by the name of Hulk Hogan that hangs around here?
I hope you're not living in a cave and haven't been in New York because Hulk Hogan
Honestly, Randy Savage living in a cave would be the best reality show.
He is?
He is the champion.
Well, you know, I think
Naked
I might
and
have
cocaine.
a problem with that because past, present, and future, the #1 wrestler in the universe
Cannot get over the fact that his gear doesn't match. That is so weird for him.
Randy Savage. And Hulk Hogan, you're #2. So I don't care if you're in a garbage can, come on out here. I don't care if you're underneath the ring. Come
Midget
crawling over here
beating
because
off
we gotta do
in a
something
trash
man-to-man. We got a
can.
TCB, take care of business. Get him out here right now.
Well, I don't believe Hulk Hogan is available, but I don't think Hogan's the kind of guy that would ever back down from any kind of a confrontation.
Also, Hulk Hogan rarely comes to
Well,
this
I'm gonna put you on the
dump.
spot right now. What I want you to do is tell me a situation.
Yeah, me thinks that they
where,
asked him to come
when,
on very
what
short
time
notice,
that I can meet Hulk Hogan and
and
get this thing
he didn't get
resolved.
all the new gear done.
He's going to be at Starrcade
He's like,
on
shit, I
December
really like the
27th
jacket.
in Nashville, Tennessee.
I'm just gonna go and wear it with the screen
Starrcade.
close enough.
December the 27th, Nashville, Tennessee, Music City. Let me tell you something. I'm thinking about something right now. That's kind of cool right now because I can wait. Good things can wait. I'm going to tell you something, Mean Gene Okerlund. By a hook or by a crook, the Macho Man is going to be at Starrcade. Oh, yeah, I am. And somewhere in the night, I'm going to have eye contact with Hulk Hogan.
Like, it's sad as it sounds. It was always impressive when a WWF guy would jump and actually know, like, the names of WCW things. Because so many of them didn't bother learning that shit. So, like, Randy Savage knowing what Starrcade was
Slap you in the face.
was so rare.
All the way back to Venice Beach, California. Put the boots to you.
Thank you very much.
No, stop it right there. I'm going to tell you something right
You
now.
don't cut Randy's time.
Hulk Hogan, Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. Macho Man and Hulk Hogan have a date with destiny. Ooh,
And like this was a
yeah,
big
Starrcade
thing with the inside wrestling fans at the time. Because earlier in the year, Randy had gone on Radio WWF and done like a whole shoot tirade about Hogan breaking up his marriage and like Hogan like shitting on him in the booking meetings and burying him. So like the smart marks. Like it was kind of a big deal that Randy was willing to work with Hogan again. Everybody thought they weren't going to work together. I think the public domain theme sounded so cheap in WCW because they would just get the free cassette versions, whereas WWE would actually pay money for proper recordings.
Vader and all the Micro Machine Star Wars figures.
Yeah, I'd kill to listen to some of that Radio
Freeze
WWF.
your body in carbonite forever, Han Solo. Not so
Yeah, up
fast.
next, the match the
You're
fans
next,
voted for.
Skywalker.
Evad versus Paul Roman.
May the Force be with you.
Exactly, the cure for hard trailing. Some of this.
Star Wars transforming
Some of
action
this.
sets, each sold separately. You put them together. New from Micro Machines.
When you're riding your new
How about
ultralight
this?
bike from Hutney, you're cruising, you're moving, you're ripping through the universe with the speed of
You're
light.
ripping through the universe.
That's right, light. Because when you hit the electro launcher, mega bright electron lights blast you off with hyperspeed on your Hutney electrolyte bike, and you're a flash, you're flying with a
That's
super
how I
cool
sound
look
in
of
real
electro
life.
rims. So make a move, shake a groove, because your new electrolyte bike's gonna take you everywhere.
Jim Ross did have a show in
With the speed of
Atlanta.
light.
Fun story about Jim Ross show. Jim Ross's show. It was sponsored by WCW.
No dandruff. You
WCW
got
paid for the time slot.
Brush it. No flakes.
On, I think it's
You got
WFMB,
Selsun
I
Power
think
with
was the
Selsun
station.
Blue. Doctors
And then
recommend it
one
number
week,
one over all leading
Jim was
brands.
just like, oh, hey, we have a new sponsor.
No
It's
way.
the World
You got
Wrestling
Selsun
Federation.
Power.
By the way, WCW, deuces.
Watch for people like you. People who have military experience.
And that WCW like finds out like on the air,
People
like,
who learned
oh,
a skill
we don't have
and
connections.
earn rewards such as retirement and pay
I believe the Randy and Stephanie story.
At the level they've already achieved. People who belong here in the Air Force Reserve. For America's security and yours, it's a great way to serve.
I think there's smoke to the fire.
Since the beginning of time,
I don't think it's
redouble his powers.
I don't think it's
A mysterious machine has
I don't think it's like, oh, Randy Savage raped an underage girl. I don't think it's like that.
Power of the unit 40 times.
Definitely probably shouldn't have been romantically talking to a 18-year-old Stephanie still.
Welcome to the next one.
Please fill your drink. I don't have a drink.
There's some Bite This episodes that have surfaced on YouTube lately. I think Brian Turner, who was in here earlier.
A construction system born out of steel. Steel Tech. Get a grip on the power wrench.
Power wrench.
Cool as chrome with Harley Davidson. Steel Tech, the beginning of creation.
All right, welcome back.
I think we're gonna find out what the fans voted for.
If you just joined us,
those damn marks.
It was the Macho Man, Randy Savage. And I don't know any more now than I did before he came out here.
Well, what I know about Savage is it's very simple, Bischoff. Those who can do, and those who can't teach at small colleges that nobody's ever heard of. Randy Macho Man Savage can do it. And if he slaps Hogan in the face at Starrcade, all I can say is, oh, yeah.
Yeah, more on that later. Right now, let's introduce the team you voted for out of the red locker room. The votes are in. It's Harlem.
It just happens to be typed out on that piece of paper. Harlem Heat got the votes.
In the following contest, our interactive main event.
Bunk and Dick Slater have to come back out. People are just so impressed.
Across America, being led to the ring by Sensuous Sherry from Harlem, New York. Booker T.
There's no way she could see those things. No way.
It ain't gonna take them but a few minutes, man. It ain't gonna take long. What these chumps. It ain't gonna take
Bow, bow, ba-dum, bum, 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 wow.
Harlem Heat, that's one half of the main event, and we'll be back right after this break to find out who their opponents are. We'll be back right after
Yes, Sherry, if Sherry's sunglasses aren't coming off, I don't think she's of sorts, let's say.
Since the beginning of time, mankind has striven to double.
Do you think they consulted Sherry? When they did the whole lawsuit over the letter T. Like, they should have done like a courtroom scene. They had Sherry testify.
Welcome to the next one.
Please fill your drink. I don't have a drink.
I'm a video game commercial. I have to pretend like the film is rewinding.
It's a double fresh taste for you. It's a double fresh breath.
I always love when I chew on gum and then my twin evaporates so I can kiss a sexy man.
Clean, fresh taste for you. Clean, fresh breath for you know who. That's the double freshness.
I'm just glad they didn't kiss on the mouth like that.
Well, it freshens your mouth and it freshens your breath. Double,
Ooh. Twin grande.
Super Van City.
Sure is. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can get into town.
Broke that guy's RV. No Tex Slassinger, unfortunately, Derek. I'm sorry. I'm sure we'll have Tex back soon.
The Micro Machine Super Van City. You put it together. Vehicles sold separately. And now you can win this Dodge Caravan SE filled with $2,000.
Ooh, happy 30th anniversary to the original Sony
Super Van
PlayStation.
City sweepstakes. No purchase necessary. See specially marked boxes for
Came out on this day.
Gift Givers Pop Quiz. You've got no time
Gift Givers Pop Quiz.
Lots of people left on
If you're
your
in the
list.
store and you see a Speed VHS tape, do you buy it or go to Burger King and spend $2 on a collector's cup?
Give all the action.
Very exciting, Jack.
The ultimate thrill is the price. Speed, a great gift for $19.98 or less. Get a $5 rebate on Casio's tough G-Shock illuminator.
Yeah, what if Harlem Heat came out and like,
Without
recount the
training,
votes?
You might feel like you're going nowhere.
Pennsylvania was called too soon.
With Air Force Reserve training, it's another story. There's a force that moves people to get ahead,
and it's
Nobody
calling you to
must
be a
have been
part
joining
of
the
it.
Air Force in
Calling
those
you
days.
to improve your skills with high-tech training that's so respected it's college accredited. So strong, millions of people rely on it to protect their freedom. The Air Force Reserve, a great way to serve.
Next, nobody does it better.
Sexy lady dancing, sexy lady dancing.
WCW Saturday Night has been brought to you by JVC. Super Return.
Why did they
Jedi
squish
for
the box
Nintendo
art like that?
Entertainment
That looks
System.
so shitty.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the opponents in this interactive main event.
The interactive main event sounds like you put on like a Virtual Boy, and you can go like fight Sherry.
New York City, as nasty as they wanna be.
Bullshit. And the other team, according to the write-in votes, Ben Dover and Amanda Hugginkiss. I think that was only in the UK Idlewild South. I don't ever remember Cartoon Network being on TNT. Yes, this match was happening at Starrcade. I think it happened at the Clash of the Champions. I also think it happened at Halloween Havoc. I think these teams wrestled each other for like 2 years straight at every big show. The high-flying team of D's Nuts, 8% of the vote.
Speculating about Savage. So many people wondering if he was really going to make it to WCW, but he comes out here, and I'm not really
Bishop talking like Bishop with like Savage was gonna get lost walking to the building. These Nuts votes counted for the Nasty Boys. No, it's like those like that story about the website bowl, where if you voted for Ric Flair for like Wrestler of the Century, it would give 2 votes to Hogan. If you vote for D's Nuts, it gives 3 votes to the Nasty Boys. I'm so confused as to what that. It was like a forearm, but then they both kind of hit each other, and then they both stopped. Booker's trying to make the best of this, at least. Man alive! I love when commentators say "man alive." It is my favorite expression for exasperation.
Because the Nasty Boys are hot.
Well, knowing Sherry like I do, she's going to turn this thing around. This is her team.
Nasty, nasty, nasty.
Let a couple hams like the Nasty Boys push them around. Just wait. Sherry will do something, believe me.
I'll tell you what, Bobby Heenan is a broadcast journalist.
You're trying to give Hulk Hogan the smelling salts.
You're the man who says he can get the job done. Why don't you go find out what Savage is all about? Find out about these comments about Hulk Hogan. This is a little bit out of control. Hogan needs to get prepared for the Butcher. I, for one, would like to know what this is about.
Well, I'm going to find out. I'm going to try to have it on my hotline. I'm going to try to talk to Savage live. I'm going to find out.
Like the Nasties kind of look like they're going to yoga class with the leggings and the tank tops. Imagine the Nasty Boys going to yoga. Why is Brian Knobbs throwing like real punches? That's so shitty. What an asshole.
You know, she's looking just a little sneaky outside of the ring.
Little stinky? Little stinky. Sherry Martell's got a smelly ass on the outside.
Let me tell you, they talk about street fights. They talk about the streets of Harlem.
I have heard the story about D's Nuts almost beating Shamrock to death. And then Bischoff would go on the hotline, WCW hotline, and be like, oh yeah, the Nasty Boys, it was a one-on-one fight. It wasn't like it was 2 of them. And it's not like Brian Knobbs was holding a hotel phone and bludgeoning Ken Shamrock with it. Like, that was the story that was a 2-on-1, and Knobbs beat his ass with the hotel phone. Those things were fucking huge.
And Brian Knobbs wasn't in the right place to be. His back turned.
But yeah, Bischoff for like a year. Every time the Nasties would be out. Oh, you hear about that UFC thing? Yeah, their champion couldn't hang with the Nasty Boys. Ugh. Beautiful says, ask the Nasty Boys what they think of yoga. They'll tell you they love it, and their favorite flavor is peach.
Director telling me we've only got about 7.5 minutes left. I don't know if this match will come to a conclusion here tonight or not.
What is Sherry doing? Sherry went under the... Oh, I thought she went under the ring.
Turns his back this time on Stevie Ray.
And Sherry is insane. I love her. She's the best.
There's so much action, so much going on here.
That's disgusting. Poor Sherry to touch now.
He gets decapitated. Boy, did he get leveled. And the crowd getting into the contest, counting nasty. But I'll tell you what,
Nasties.
Team is awesome. Drop back leg front kick, followed up by another.
Oh, it's just they saw a shot of Knobbs' butt crack.
To the midsection. Brian Knobbs trying to fight his way out of the corner, takes a thump to the eyes. You notice no one's trying for a pin.
Yeah, I am curious what's in that purse.
They are just kicking each other's tails.
No way. This is a brawl, an unmitigated brawl.
Unmitigated brawl. Bischoff sounding like one of those slow down recordings of fuck. You know what I'm talking about. It's late.
Really get out of control.
They may not make it to Starrcade.
Did you see that axe kick? An axe kick right to the back of the head. I tell you, Booker T puts it right in now. Sags comes in and breaks it up.
Just a bag with one giant Nokia watch. Puts it around her fist like brass knuckles. Bam!
I lost track a long time ago. It doesn't matter, does it? I'll leave that to the referee. He can sort it out.
Casio, yes. Or Nokia watch. Could be.
As Nick Patrick trying to get Knobbs out of the corner. Did you see that haymaker elbow? And look how
Yeah, the Nasties really covered all bases. Because, yeah, Sags was married into Dusty's family. Knobbs was Hulk Hogan's gopher.
And now Brian Knobbs.
We were just politically connected all over the place.
Remember the battles we've seen with Brian Knobbs, Jerry Sags. These two are two of the toughest street fighters you'll ever find
Hurt
anywhere.
condition.
But they have really got their hands full with Harlem.
Oh, gosh.
Just think what happens if Knobbs makes that tag. If he's lucky enough to get back to the corner to get to a fresh nasty boy. Somebody's going to get hurt.
Tag is made.
Nasty.
Harlem Heat in control of this contest at this point. And we're really rocking and rolling in Atlanta. WCW Live Interactive. And
We're going to go a couple minutes past the top of the hour. Won't keep you up too late tonight, though.
There's a running clothesline. And there's
Hey, Andrew, yes, this brawl is totally mitigated. There's even a referee. Absolutely mitigated. I mean, it's Nick Patrick, so maybe it's halfway mitigated.
He's hearing chimes now.
He's hearing a lot of things. One of the things he's hearing is a thundering right.
That's a good point, Brian. But the Nasty Boys were sucked so much that they were connected to like every major booking force of the 90s, and still people didn't think they were good. I like the Nasties for what they were.
This could be it.
Why is Nick Patrick just pointing at Sags? What does it have to do with Booker T on the top rope? What an impotent referee. He is the worst. The worst.
There's not a person here sitting down. Everybody's beside themselves.
The fans are rocking and reeling here in Atlanta. This is
I think they're rocking, not so much reeling. They're not both. Yeah, Brian Knobbs as the wacky best friend and Hogan Knows Best was his best career. I agree with him.
Real simple combination, but it's
I'm gonna put your hand between your crotch. I vaguely remember that, Mr. Spiffy. I don't remember specifics, but yeah, that's insane. That article. Every other move they've done in this match is a shoulder block. Why do they zoom out like the cameraman's going to do a run-in?
WCW Saturday Night. This will look good for Harlem Heat.
Why are we... Is somebody bleeding? Like, why are we zoomed out so far?
This is usually it. Here it comes. Oh, Sherry!
She wasn't even up on the apron. And Knobs just like, BAM! Great role model for children. Oh, wait, that wasn't Sherry. I thought it was Sherry. That's how low of a reputation Brian Knobs has.
I told you she'd do something. I told you she'd pull it out. That's that cheap perfume. It's
that cheap perfume.
Garbage chemicals in it, and it's
garbage chemicals. They are going out the front door.
As a result of a disqualification, the Nasty Boys.
Well, they don't look like winners to me.
Look at WCW's trainer Chuck Taché. Look like they called him from a nightclub. Hey, somebody just got sprayed with chemicals in the eyes. Can you be at center stage in like 5 minutes? Sure, bro.
She sprayed him in the eyes, sprayed him in the face with something. I can just smell that stench still here in the building.
Like, that's probably not even a doctor. It's the most responsible looking guy in the locker room. Hey, you're almost an adult.
Look at this, right to the back of the head.
Okay, he's done much more brutal. We're the boys.
Look at that, right in his eyes. Up the nostril, then his ears. What is that?
God, if they would have sent out the medic as the medic, oh boy, that would have been great.
Join me here. I'll tell you what, we're quickly running out of
Bobby
time.
Heenan's like, fuck it, I'm done. It is top of the hour, I'm out of here.
WCW Saturday Night, Randy Macho Man Savage out here taking shots at Hogan. I'll tell you what, I'm out of breath.
I'm out of breath.
I don't even, what is Starrcade going to be like? You got a man blind.
Yeah, I guarantee you Jerry
says
Sachs had been maced before, yeah.
The next thing he says, he's going to slap him in the face. I mean,
yeah, Doug Dillinger's in the back still. We know he's been there the whole time. Like, fuck this, I'm going to go take a nap.
Grabbing his eyes, who knows what it was? Who knows? No, he's sure.
It could be ether. It could be some Freon. It could be...
Freon.
Disinfectant? I don't know what it is.
Disinfectant. Could be Freon, could be disinfectant, who knows?
We are out of time. We're coming! We're coming! We'll see you next time.
You never want to see Jerry or Brian Knobs standing over you yelling, "We're coming!"
Introducing Instalight B Armatron with easy-to-see night vision dial, superb water-resistant quality, and
I love how they were running Casio ads the whole show, and yet the show is actually sponsored by Armatron. Whoa, what? Dillinger found something in Sherry's purse and is carefully smelling it several times to be sure.
Shave this. The Remington Triple Foil. The only shaver with 3.
The show is sponsored by all these things that didn't actually run ads during. Alright, before we go, here's what we'll be watching Sunday night on Off the Grid.
I'm a big-time wrestler and I like what I do. I destroy my opponent just to entertain you. I win or I lose by the count of 3. But whatever the outcome, you can't defeat me.
All right, so Sunday night, we're going to go to Birmingham, Alabama, year 2005. And see if we can't launch a territory with the Fullers and the Goldens and the Armstrongs. All right. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight for the last 2 hours. It's been a blast. I love hanging out with you guys. You are the best. The Erotic Eric Fontaine Fan Club. You did it. So again, I'm back Sunday night at 9 or 8 p.m. Eastern for Off the Grid. Hanging out with you guys, watching that. But as always, like I like to end these shows, even if you don't make it here next week, next Tuesday, I think we could do the next 7 days. I think we can get through the next 7 days. I'm going to try my hardest. I know life's hard, but I'm going to try. I hope you try too. Just make it the next Tuesday. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm hoping. Again, my name's Tom. Right there. Right there. Right there. Look at that. Look at that. Name. This has been WCW Deep Cuts Live. Go to bed.